We are live. Welcome back, one and all, to West Coast Draft Podcast. We're talking college football today, and boy, is it the weekend to talk about college football.
Do you
There's some
believe?
people.
Do you believe in college football? We're back, baby, and it's only halfway through the season, and we're feeling like it's prime 2007 already, baby. We're loving it. This is the
There were
best week of
people.
college football in a
There
while.
were people on r/ college football like a week and a half ago saying this was going to be the most boring week of college football ever. And
I looked at the slate in the
it did
morning.
not.
No, the morning games sure made it feel like it was going to be.
That's fair. I mean, even but Mizzou got destroyed. But I mean, did
True,
no
true.
one predict but Mizzou getting destroyed by A&M? Shoot, SMU pulled off the upset against Louisville in the morning, and that's just the ranked games.
That was.
So
This is why we love college football, man.
yeah, but look at that late slate. Look at my picks in the late slate. I was hanging with you guys pretty good, and then I just collapsed in this little stretch right here. So
Boys, let's all make a vow to never trust Mizzou again.
I think I'm with you on that one.
The
Holy
drink has
crap,
been
they've had a
drunk.
rough couple weeks.
Brady Cook is falling off, dare I say.
Yeah, yeah. No more Cody Schrader to carry him. Woof. Um.
They need to
Anyways,
go find
boys,
another D2 white running back.
that's true. As most programs excel when they have those. I guess the Bruin, the UCLA didn't excel when it's Carson Steele last year. I guess
He
you know,
played
but
pretty well last year, though.
yeah, but he didn't. They didn't excel with
They
him
didn't
at
excel,
all.
but it wasn't his fault.
Right.
Also, he wasn't D2. He was Ball State. But
Oh, that's right.
Ball
Never
State
mind.
sure
What?
feels like D2 sometimes.
It does. It really does. So, um, we're here. We're back. Fun weekend of college football that we're going to be talking about. Breaking down all the action. There was a lot of shit that happened, and a lot of
Yeah.
fun shit that happened. And we're going to talk about it all. We're going to go game by game. Not every single game, because to be quite honest with you, I don't have many takes from Western Michigan Ball State unless you guys do.
We are shitting on
Um,
Ball State too much right now.
I know,
Jeez.
right?
Shout
I
out to our
literally
Ball
just
State
scrolled down
fans.
to find a random MAC game, and it was Western Michigan and Ball State.
45-42? Come
Hey, you
on.
know what? It looks like it was probably a fun game, man. It's probably a fun game, but I didn't watch it. So
Your punishment from last week might be to watch Ball State this week.
Oh,
if it's even on TV, man.
yeah.
The magic of an Eastern streamer.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Actually, let's see here. What channel is Ball State gonna be on this weekend?
You don't have the MAC network?
I mean, whatever's on YouTube TV. Ball State's gonna be on ESPN Plus. I do have ESPN Plus. However, it's at the same time as UW
Oh,
Iowa,
oof.
so
But
I get out of
Beau,
it.
you don't have Mac Network.
I do not have Mac. I don't know. I might have Mac Network. I don't know.
I don't know
Whatever
if
comes
Mac.
with
I don't
the.
know if Mac Network exists or not.
I don't think it does either. But if it does exist, it probably comes with the YouTube TV sports package. Please sponsor us, YouTube TV. Anyways, I shouted out so many times. How can not sponsor me yet?
I
Us yet?
know,
Sorry,
ridiculous.
but anyways, we'll give them unsponsored airtime until they decide to do the right thing. But anyways, so boys, huge weekend of college football that we've got to break down. Tons of upsets, as a Twitter account so eloquently they put College Game Day in Berkeley for the first time ever, and
All
of
hell
course,
breaks loose.
college football transforms into a lawless hellscape on that same day. Um,
They
there it
unleashed the
is.
algorithm.
I told my sister that, who's a Cal grad, and she laughed at it. She doesn't give a shit about college football, but she does know Berkeley's reputation. And boy, did college football live up to it on Saturday. Um, you could say the Vanderbilt proletariat truly rose up against the
Oh,
Alabama
isn't
portion.
Vanderbilt the bourgeoisie?
Well, I mean, technically, I guess Vanderbilt is the bourgeoisie, but in the context
In
of
the context of college football,
college
yes.
football, yeah. So
Um, well, how did you feel about the crowd making Nick Saban change his tie from Stanford colors?
I did laugh at that. It was Reese Davis. It wasn't Nick Saban.
Oh shit, my bad.
No, you're still. It was good. I was laughing at it. I
Poor
was
speaking of Reese Davis, poor Reese Davis, dude. He
laughing.
was out of his mind by the end of that Cal Miami game. working
Yeah.
working that many hours. Jeez. I hope he got a nap in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, just this whole weekend, it was like obviously, the early start for college football on Saturday at 9 a.m. Then with the Cal game that lasted till damn near midnight, almost, not quite, but almost. And then you had the London game that started early, and then Sunday Night Football started late. So
Oh my gosh, yeah.
it was just like, man,
I know
there
we're
was,
I know we're Steelers and Cowboys haters, but that picture pregame of Heinz Acrisure Field was pretty cool.
yeah. So I was actually on the road in the lead up to Sunday Night Football, so I actually didn't see it. I'll have to find it online. We'll look at that on Thursday, Pod.
There's a
Don't
cool
worry about
picture of it.
it. But anyways,
You
boys.
makes me think of the Cal UW 2021 game.
Mm.
I
Oh, never
remember.
mind. I was thinking the 2019 lightning delayed game.
Oh,
That
that's what I
was
meant. That's shit. That's what I meant.
oh,
That's what I meant.
one of the
Yep.
single worst
Horrible.
experiences
Horrible.
of my life.
That was the first game I marched at Husky Stadium, and I was in the
Tough,
bowels of
tough break, man.
I was in
Tough
the
break.
bowels of Heckhead for like 3 hours with no cell receptions. Where we didn't even know what the hell was going on. Like, what's
Oh
good? I was
gosh.
thinking they were just going to cancel the game
Yeah, no, luckily we got to go back into
and lose in overtime.
right. No, we didn't even lose in overtime. We lost in regulation.
We won in overtime in 21, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct,
yeah.
yeah.
Those Cal games, man. Those
Cal
fucking
games
Cal
are always
games.
shitty. And it's funny too. And I mentioned my sister's a Cal grad. She doesn't give a shit about college football, except when it came to those years when Cal kept beating UW. Because
Ima-
I kept
Imagine
talking
having to
shit
work
before the
with
game, and
recruits.
I kept paying for it afterwards until
Imagine
my senior
having
year.
to deal with recruits during that lightning delay game, man.
It was not fun. I'll tell you that much. It was
Did
really
any of them
fucking shit.
leave?
Oh, a lot of them left. Yeah.
Don't blame them.
No, 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 I didn't blame them either. We didn't. We weren't like trying to keep them around or anything. It's just like, hey, bro, I get it, man.
Because yeah, you don't have Chris Pearson there saying, telling them what's going on either.
Right, exactly. Chris Pearson's in the locker room. And we were keeping them updated on what was going on. So like when they wanted to leave, like when we are just back in the recruiting lounge for I don't even know, it was hour and a half. We are just like, you know what? If you want if you want to leave, by all means, man, get out of here. We're not gonna hold it against you.
Yeah, that was
So
horrible. Do you remember that game, Daniel?
Is Cal? Which one?
yeah,
19,
this was our sophomore year.
the lightning delay.
Wait, I do remember that. I do remember because I was supposed to go to that game, but
Oh
then the
no.
lightning delay was too long, and I just got tired and left.
Hmm.
I remember
Well, my
that.
parents and my brother and his then girlfriend stayed the whole time because
Oh
they had
wow.
covered seats. But like I remember my dad was like, they just opened the gates and a bunch of homeless people came in.
Jeez, man. Yeah, I don't blame him though, man. Shelter.
Not much, to be honest. But let's get into it. Michigan
Yeah.
State, Oregon. Michigan State covered.
They
That was
They
ugly.
did. They
did.
had the backdoor cover, man. I was
That
like,
was
I
so
probably
ugly.
fucking Oregon, man. That's back to back weeks they gave up the backdoor cover when I picked them.
Oregon's such frauds, dude. We're gonna get into this, but Ohio State's gonna roll. They're gonna roll.
Probably are, honestly.
Evan Stewart is a paper football player. All the hype around him,
He was so
and
good in high school too. He was good at A&M.
no, he wasn't particularly good
I
though.
was he was good at A&M. He had games.
He had games though. That's the thing. He had games, not seasons.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know who has more yards than Evan Stewart?
Like pretty much every single Husky receiver.
No, actually, Kenyon Sadiq, a tight end at
Oh
Oregon.
yikes! Oh yikes!
Sparty's
Yikes!
bad, dude. Sparty's bad.
Jack Villing had a nice outing though.
Yeah.
I was looking at the consensus board for no particular reason because we're absolutely not in draft season, right? Ha ha ha. Anyways, my old friend Jack Belling. Let me tell you, he is, and obviously it's October 8th. So take this somewhat with a grain of salt. He's 79th on the consensus board right now.
Wow. I was told there's no way he goes pro. So that's interesting.
Yeah. So,
Uh-oh. Just saw a picture of Connor Stallions at the Husky game.
oh no. Are we cooked? Chad, are we cooked? Um, it's okay. We already played him. So, NBD. We already played him. Unless we have to play him again. Which one we get? Big Ten Championship rematch?
They're not making it.
We're not making. Actually, no. We only have one loss in the Big Ten.
We
We
only
can
have one
still make
conference
it.
loss. There's a possibility.
That's true. That's true. I guess
I
Michigan's only got one conference loss too, though.
I don't think it's a very big one.
Yeah, it's a pretty slim chance, to be honest. Ohio State's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
true.
more about our remaining schedule. Although it's not too bad. Like I think the only auto losses right now are Penn State and Oregon.
Probably Penn State. Yeah,
Or
which
I
Penn
think we
State?
can if we could hold up against Michigan's D line, we can hold up against Oregon's.
Oh, absolutely,
We'll get to it. We'll get
absolutely.
to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a whole lot to say about that game though.
Alrighty. Q's and UNLV,
That was
Syracuse.
fun. That
That
was
was
a
this is a
fun one.
crazy game. This is
God,
a very crazy game.
freaking Rebs couldn't do it, man. I was bummed. I love the
Yeah.
Rebs.
That roughing the passer was so dumb.
Oh, that was a bad one.
Horrible call. Horrible call. Screwed the Rebs over.
Hey, I mean,
Um,
they're not, shockingly, Odom and Marion aren't super hot names right now, which is shocking because they're having huge success at UNLV. Like, people made, it was a big deal that DeBoer was doing great at Fresno State. Fresno State and Boise State are the powers of the Mountain West. UNLV's been a constant uh bottom feeder other than the Dante Culpepper years. They're the
That
Eastern
was a long
Michigan.
time ago.
They're
Damn.
the Eastern Michigan of the Mountain West. Commuter school. They're
Yeah.
like I think like a Big 12 school would be very smart to get that staff.
yeah. No, they'd be a good fit in that conference.
Like
Um,
I got one. I got one. How about
yeah,
Baylor?
that
Because
would be a
Brennan
good
Marion
fit.
coached at Texas for a year.
It could be an interesting fit.
Yeah, I could see that.
Kind of
That
a
would, yeah.
not typical powerhouse school, can use that funky offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, let me
No, I
think of
can see
another
it.
Big 12 school. They're so different now.
Right. Um, trying to think of a Big 12 school that could fire their
Cincinnati.
coach.
Satterfield
Cincinnati.
sucks.
Oh yeah,
Satterfield
maybe.
sucks, dude. They fucked up so bad not hiring Sean Lewis.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't even know how good San Diego State's doing, but I know Sean Lewis is a damn good coach.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But UNLV, hey, Kyle McCord had another good game. Aronde Gadsden on
Mm-hmm.
42. But I mean that the new quarterback for Syracuse is damn good. Like the offense hasn't really missed a step.
No, you mean UNLV?
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I figured because I was like, Syracuse been starting Kyle McCord all year. Oh, yeah, Kyle McCord had a great game in this one, 355. Didn't look anything like he did against Stanford though. I feel like Syracuse has played a lot of Friday games.
They have, yeah.
Didn't look anything like they played in their last Friday game against Stanford a few weekends ago. But we'll get into Stanford
I
when
mean,
we get
playing
there.
on Friday in Vegas,
Uh-huh.
that's tough. So hats off to them. Hats off to the Orange, my boys. That was a tough one. One of my little guys versus one of my teams I like to watch.
Houston took it to TCU. I know
Bad Houston
they only
team,
won
dude.
by 11. But
Sonny
yes,
Dykes might be getting fired.
yeah.
2
Oh
years
yeah, he very well might
after a
be.
national title
Yeah.
appearance. That might be, a example of Gary Patterson's guys,
Hey, you know what? That sounds crazy, but Kalen DeBoer might be getting fired 1 year after a national title
That would be
appearance. Ayo.
please let it happen.
That'd be so
Please let it
funny.
happen.
I'd love it. I'd
Boys,
love it.
you know what it's great to be sometimes?
What?
A Vanderbilt Commodore. Let's
Hey,
give it
and
up
we're
for
in
Vandy!
Anchor up,
transition.
baby. Anchor. There's one last thing I wanted to say about the last game, though.
Okay.
It was just about TCU. Like, they've hardly used the portal, have they? They're not a portal school at all.
I mean, they've added guys in it, but no like major contributors.
Like, if you think about it, UW's been pretty damn successful with the portal. MPJ, Dylan Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, we're using the
Giles,
portal well.
Jalen Polk.
Jalen Polk. That's like early portal stuff.
Yeah.
Jabbar Muhammad.
Yeah, Jabbar Muhammad. Yeah.
Zach Durfee.
Zach Durfee. Dylan or Will Rogers.
Will Rogers. He's been playing great the last few weeks. His first few weeks weren't very good. He's been playing really good lately, man.
Also, I was gonna put this in the chat, but I figured I just want to get your live reaction. You know, it has quietly snuck up on us because it feels weird because he hasn't contributed a lot until this year. Denzel Boston is draft eligible.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting to see.
I hope he comes back one more year.
He probably will, but man, he's playing great ball right now.
8 TDs already, man.
He's playing really good ball. I'm afraid he might strike while the iron's hot.
I wouldn't blame him. Go get your bag. Yeah. I think, I don't think he's going to be a great tester. And a big receiver that's not a big tester. I mean, we had a big receivers that were freaky testers, and they didn't go round 1.
Right.
So I wonder.
But anyways, we'll talk about Washington, Denzel Boston, all those guys shortly. Bama Vandy. Oh my goodness. What? This is ultimate Schadenfreude. This is Schadenfreude.
Who picked the Commodores? I did.
Daniel did too. I was the only one who picked the Tide. And I was foolish for
Attaboy, Daniel. High five.
I did pick Vandy. I didn't think Vandy was gonna win, but there's no way they were gonna lose by 23, bro.
I
No
mean,
way.
I've been very clear. I've been picking against Bama out of spite all year.
That actually worked out pretty well for you outside of like 2 games.
Oh yeah. Oh, and you know what I was saying last week though? I think Vandy was coming off a bye.
Dude, Vandy had a good game against Mizzou the week before.
They did. Vandy's been playing good all year. Oh, you know the other thing I told you about the defensive system that Vandy plays? One system that gives DeBoer a lot of issues. Michigan system.
Oh, who's their DC?
Clark Lee brought in Minter, I believe.
Oh, okay. I got you. Gosh.
And they lost to Georgia State.
They lost to Georgia State. I remember Georgia State posted like something that it was like the transitive property. They literally posted like Georgia State better than Vandy, Vandy better than Alabama, therefore.
Georgia State's the best team in the country, boys.
Georgia State should be number 1, honestly. We need to have a conversation. It's time to have a conversation.
What's their record?
No, let's find out. 2-1. Or no, it's 2-1 at the time. It's better now. 2-2.
They lost to Georgia Southern. Let's look at Georgia Southern.
Hey, that means Georgia Southern's the best team in the country.
All right, let's see their record. Let's get real transitive with this.
3-2.
Boise State.
Ole Miss.
Boise State, best team.
It circles back around to Ole Miss. But
No, it
Ole Miss
circles
lost to
back.
Kentucky, and Kentucky lost to Georgia, and Georgia lost to Alabama. So it's all a big fucking
Circles
circle
back to
jerk.
Boise State.
It does circle back to Boise State. And Boise State's undefeated. So yeah, never
No, they
mind.
lost to
Boise State.
Oregon.
Oh, that's right. Well, I can't sit here and say Oregon's the best team in the country. So I
No,
think we should stick with the Kentucky circle jerk theory.
I
I
agree.
agree with
I
that.
agree.
We can just piss off different SEC fans.
Hey, the SEC is used to circle jerks. What? Anyways, back in Nashville. Man, this is fun. This is so fun. This is why I love college football, man. And you see, the thing is, and I was telling this to people. I was telling this to people over the weekend. Like, if you want parity, the NFL will absolutely give you more than college football. But if you just want just pure spectacle that comes with an upset, and let me be clear, if the Patriots beat the Chiefs tomorrow, they don't play this year, I don't think. But if the Patriots beat the Chiefs tomorrow, it would be shocking, but they wouldn't be taking the goalposts through fucking downtown Foxborough.
No.
Because at the end of the day, they're all NFL players.
Who doesn't love a good goalpost taken down?
When Vandy beats Bama, though, that's
First time
that's
they ever
crazy.
beat a number one.
Yeah.
First time they beat Bama since 1984.
Well, no,
Someone
it's fun,
shared
and this is a stat they brought up a couple times on the broadcast that really surprised me. But this is the third time Bama as the one seed has lost to an unranked team. Like, it's one thing if you're the one seed and you lose to the number 4 team. Like, okay, that's gonna happen every now and again.
what are they? A&M?
So the other one was back. I think it was 2021 when
Is
they were
that
the one
A&M?
seed and they lost to A&M. Yeah.
Okay, and Georgia Southern?
What's that?
Georgia Southern? Many
The
years
other
ago?
one was from the 80s, I think.
Okay. I did think it
Yeah.
was A&M. The Devon A-Chain
Yeah.
kick return. That was a fun one.
That was one of them, though. So good call out there. Yeah, no, it's
I was
kind of
thinking
funny.
maybe A&M was in the 20s then, but no, that's pretty crazy. They had a total bum at quarterback too. Some Italian name dude.
Yeah, but
There has never been a good Italian quarterback. Is Dan Marino Italian? Oof.
name sounds Italian.
Please be Spanish.
Googling this.
He went to
Wow, I
Pitt.
can't believe you're going to disrespect Ben DiNucci like that. By the way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yep,
Damn it.
he's Italian. 12 greatest Italian American sports heroes. Yeah, Dan Marino's number 1. Let's find out. I don't know who Gene Sarazen is. I bet most of these guys are going to be baseball
Vinny
players.
Testaverde.
Maybe Eddie Arcaro, Mario Andretti. I don't know that name.
Racer.
Yogi Berra. There you go. Now into baseball. Oh, Vince Lombardi. Not a player, but
Not a player though.
Franco Harris.
Not a quarterback.
Okay. Quarterback. Sorry. Joe Montana.
Oh, come on. That's okay, that's the kind of American that's like, oh yeah, my family's Italian when they're not at all. I'm talking
Hey,
like
man.
a Buca de Beppi name.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get canceled, bro.
That kind of name. That kind of named quarterback I don't trust.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Except for Ben DiNucci.
Except for Ben DiNucci. Hey, we can say we got to chant MVP at Ben DiNucci once in our lives.
Come on, bro.
Did Ben DiNucci win a natty at JMU? I think he did.
Let's see. James Madison football. Wikipedia knows everything. Let's see. Their own 1 in bowl games. That's rough. Anyways, claim national titles 2016. I think that would line up with Ben DiNucci being there. Ben DiNucci. Show me stats, man. Show me stats.
That'll be tight. That'll be tight.
It would be tight. They won in 2016. Here we go. Stadium MVP. MVP was their running back, Khalid Abdullah. Who, if you don't know who that is, I do not blame you. Nope. Their quarterback at
Was he
the
on the team,
time.
though? Was he on the team?
I think he was on the team. But
There he
their
is.
quarterback at the time was a fella named. Wow, they don't even have really like stats here. This is kind of shitty. Wikipedia, you scrubs. Just give me the stats. Oh, here we go. Brian Score.
That's a good
Really,
quarterback name.
it's a great quarterback name, actually. Roster,
That's
here we
a
go.
quarterback I trust right there. And I wouldn't even trust one with like a Polish name. My quarterbacks need to have American names.
Man, Danucci wasn't even on the roster. Never mind.
Damn, no
That's
rings.
a letdown. No rings.
Need to have, I don't, black quarterback, white quarterback, Hispanic quarterback, Asian quarterback. You need a quarterback that I trust. Okay, no, I'm not going to say that.
Ben DiNucci was in Pitt at this time,
He
actually.
was I didn't know he transferred down.
Yeah, he transferred down. He was a coward. I'm just kidding.
Nope, that's cowardly.
Hey man,
I'm
got him to the
kidding.
NFL.
I'm kidding.
Got him to the NFL. I gotta respect it.
No, being to transfer down's been so good for so many players.
Yeah. It's a good strategy if you need it. Honestly, get playing time.
Get playing time, exactly. I'm sad that Demo's not the starter at JMU, but they clearly got a dog though.
Mhm. Um. Yeah, I mean, back to
Okay,
Vandy
back to
Bama.
Van. All right, let's get our thoughts.
Just fun.
We haven't even we've hardly even talked about this yet.
I know, I
Getting
know.
so
Just...
sidetracked by Italian quarterback names. Welcome to the Sidetrack Podcast, everybody. And
Yeah,
I can bash Italians because I am one.
there you go.
You're Italian?
My grandma.
Oh,
There you
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I
There
have
you
that goofy Finnish last name, but my grandma's maiden name is LaRoche.
there you go. There it is. Um,
Two very different countries.
Makes amazing ravioli.
I would hope so.
Ciao, grandma. Miss you.
Is it as amazing as Vandy's win?
I'm sorry, grandma, but this one's even better.
Grandma's ravioli hasn't gotten a goalpost
There's
thrown
just
up into the river.
I've never thrown the goalpost in the river because of grandma's ravioli. But I mean, seeing Bama under DeBoer lose to Vandy. Like if they lost to another team, if they lost to Georgia, grandma's raviolis would still be better.
Yeah.
But to Vandy of
Look,
all
and
teams.
this is what I told a bunch of people too on Sunday, and then also just on Twitter after the game. DeBoer beating Georgia and then losing to Vandy the next week, or even if they hadn't lost, if they just put up like a clunker of a game, is so in character for how he coached
Oh
the
yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
It was like last year, Oregon, ASU. Just such a letdown. After these big games, he gets the team up for big games. I gotta give him credit. He gets them up for big games, and then there's always a letdown the week after.
Oh yeah.
So very in character. Not surprised at all. And they still have Tennessee, LSU, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma sucks, man.
I know, but I'm just saying the teams I can think of off the top of my head. Tennessee. Let's see. What were the remaining games? This is one of the.
At home Tennessee at LSU.
I think it's at Tennessee.
Oh
Yeah, it's at
shit.
Tennessee.
At Tennessee.
And they get versus Mizzou, which I know we're
At
not taking
LSU.
Mizzou seriously anymore. But yeah, at Tennessee and at LSU, those are gonna be tough games for
Dude,
them.
DeBoer going 9-3. That's gonna be a
Yeah,
hot
it's
seat.
possible.
That's gonna be a hot seat.
It's very possible.
9-3, you stay out of the playoffs.
I have a theory, boys. Watch this
Yeah.
man lose or beat LSU and lose to Auburn.
I can see it because it's the letdown.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, we almost lost to Wazoo.
Shoot, the freaking the Auburn Tigers always get up for Bama, man. They always get up for Bama.
I
It'll
just
be a
wish it was
horrible
at.
Auburn team versus a great Bama team, and Auburn will get up for them.
I just wish it was at. What's it called? I'm blanking on the name.
Jordan Hare,
Jordan Hare.
unfortunately, it got taken over by communists. So
Shout out Diego Pavia. Game of his freaking life.
It
what a
really
legend,
was,
man.
man.
Diego
I mean,
Pavia is now the new governor of Alabama.
I knew he was a dog from New Mexico. He was
I know.
awesome there for New Mexico State.
Yeah, he owns the state of Bama now though, because he owned Auburn last year and he owned Bama this year.
You know what's funny though is like they had a very similar pick six that we had against ASU in 22. It wasn't off a helmet, but the way that ball was in the air was like, damn, I've seen that before.
Yeah. Um.
Dude, the crowd reaction when they showed the score at Husky Stadium. Oh baby. Oh
Oh man, I
baby.
bet that was great. I can't wait to get to the crowd just to talk the Huskies game. But
So I
um,
listened to the Feinbaum show on Monday for the first time in my life, and it was hilarious. There were so many angry calls, dude. And like Feinbaum was pissed at DeBoer too. He was calling him out. I
oh
mean,
yeah, oh yeah. There was posts on Twitter that I don't know if you know what, it's not technically it's history, unfortunately.
I
It's an
think I know what you're
unfortunate
gonna
part of
say.
our
I think
history,
I know what
but
you're gonna say. I saw that post too.
the DeBoer is going to be the first white man in the state of Alabama to have a burning cross on his lawn. It's so bad, man.
Oh my god.
Very unfortunate part of our history, but shit, man. They are not happy with him.
They were bashing his. It was so bad they were mad about the shirt he was wearing.
I saw, and I was on Monday especially because I had a bit more time on Monday. I was looking at just Alabama fans like talking, especially with all the Malachi Moore stuff, and they were like, Kalen DeBoer's coaching style is as soft as his waistline, and I'm like, dang,
You
y'all
guys
just
didn't
really,
see him last
Wow.
year before he went on
y'all just really
Ozempic.
going at it. Yeah, I know. I thought he lost weight in Bama, honestly.
He
Looking
lost a
at him,
ton of weight.
yeah,
He had a huge belly in 22.
yeah.
He got on Ozempic, man, or
Kalen DeBoer?
he was either on Ozempic, stressed the hell out, or both.
Yeah.
He had a big old belly in 22, and at
What
the
if
start of
Kalen
23.
DeBoer just decided he was gonna go to the gym and just start outlifting everybody there, even his own players?
Yeah, he probably
That's
would because
why
they're soft,
that's why he's fit now.
dude. I was saying this. You know, the spotlight on DeBoer is so much bigger now that he's at Bama than
That's
when he
true.
was in Siberia out here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If he turned down Alabama, he would have had a decade here.
Oh, absolutely. No, literally. I mean, he got us to a national championship. He could barely get us to bowl eligibility for the next 10 years, and we wouldn't
I'd
have
be
fired
happy.
him.
Yeah, we would have still built a statue. Like
But
Fight
he
on
ruined
Rusty.
it all.
I've had several good interactions with Fight on Rusty on Twitter. Arrogant Nation. That's a fun Twitter account. He's a good USC fan. But like he was like saying like like and he said this and he was like Washington fans would have never said anything about DeBoer if he stayed, and Bama fans already want him fired. And I posted like we were gonna build him a statue. It was like, and I got a lot of engagement. But that it was true. I was ready if he would have signed a fat extension and maybe in like 4 or 5 years went to the NFL, would have had no issue, zero issue. And
Yeah.
honestly, if he went about leaving to Bama better, I would have been a lot more okay with it. But just like the radio silence to UW fans, just like
Still has
really,
not released a statement. Now would be a great time to release a statement.
yeah. Sorry, will you take me back? I know the guy that replaced me was able to beat Michigan.
Now, granted, a Michigan team that has the maybe the worst quarterback situation in all of the Power Five, but still,
Still has the best D line, and I
that is
was
true.
going to say this. I
Still is a
still
great
believe they have
defense.
the best D line in all of college football.
I still believe they have a great defense, period.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think our
So,
talent. I think they finally figured it out a little bit and gelled on
knock
offense.
on wood, we do have a road game this weekend, and we have not done super well away from. You know, at Husky Stadium, we're 4-0. At any other stadium, even in Seattle, we're 0-2.
I believe we
So
have the longest home winning streak in college football right now. When's the last time Georgia lost at home? That might be wrong.
that's a good question. No, it's got to be
We didn't
Georgia.
we
It's
didn't
got to be
lose at home
Georgia.
under DeBoer at all.
No, we did not. But Georgia hasn't lost at home. Shoot, Georgia went almost that entire span that we didn't lose at home, like not losing at all.
Look this up. When's the last time Georgia lost at home? I can't think of it. I really can't.
Last Georgia home
I bet
loss.
Clemson and actually no, I think Clemson lost at home last year.
Georgia's last loss at Sanford Stadium. October 12th, 2019.
Oof, okay, I'm wrong about that one.
Yeah. South Carolina beat number 3 Georgia 20-17.
We're definitely up there though. Last time we lost at home
That's
was
probably it's
the 21 Apple Cup.
2021. Yeah.
So
Oh, here we go.
14,
Longest active home
18.
winning streaks in college football. Let's see if this is
LSU
going to
is
be
up there, I bet.
Tennessee, Utah, Michigan.
Utah lost at home 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, this isn't accurate. This is not up to date. This is probably even this was made June 2023 because it still is Alabama on here when Alabama lost at home
To
to
Texas.
Texas last year. But yeah, Georgia still is the last one. Actually, I'm gonna look this up. Last home loss for every CFB team. Let me see if I can last man. No, no, this isn't gonna give me what I'm looking for.
I think UW is definitely up there. I bet Texas has a decent streak.
Texas. Texas probably lost at some point in 22.
They lost Red River, but that's neutral.
But yeah, that's neutral. 2022 Texas football schedule. Because I think they had like 3 losses. Oh, they had 5 losses that year. Yeah, no
Damn.
way. Oh yeah, they lost to Bama that year.
Oh, at home? Oh,
Lost to Bama at
that was the
home.
Bryce Young bailout.
Yeah, they lost to TCU at home
Damn. Oh, that was the miracle run. Yeah.
in November. Yeah. So no, yeah, they had 5 losses that year. One of them was us.
What about LSU?
LSU.
Maybe probably the year Edo got fired. So that was
Last
21.
last home loss LSU.
Isn't it kind of crazy that we came out of that 21 hiring cycle with probably the best coach when LSU was open and USC was open?
LSU football 2023. Did they lose any home games last year? I don't think so. Oh no, they lost to Bama last year at home, I think.
Oh, that's when
Oh,
Jay
never mind.
Daniels
No,
got
that was
killed.
at Bama. That was at Bama. Never mind. I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
They went 8-4.
Let's see. At okay, and then Florida State was neutral site. And then went 10-3. Come on, bro. I was playing. Oh, yep, October 8th. Yeah, 2022, they lost to Georgia. No, never mind. That's the SEC championship. October 8th, but they did lose at home to Tennessee in 2022.
Okay. We're definitely pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Michigan snapped. Ohio State. That's probably Michigan
Our
22.
last home loss was the
Wazoo
2021
Apple Cup.
Apple Cup. Yep. Yep.
We're definitely. I think we might be second.
Maybe.
Penn State was Michigan at Penn State last year.
Michigan was at Penn State last year. Yep. It's not that Ohio State?
Ohio State 22.
Oh, they
Michigan 8.
lost. Oh, that's right. They lost to Michigan. And then Michigan lost to Texas this year. I'm trying to think who might
Oregon
have
in
longer.
22. We beat them at
Yep.
Autzen. USC. We beat them last year. Florida State lost a bunch this year.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely not Florida State.
Notre
Who's
Dame.
been
Nope.
not Notre Dame, not Texas.
Clemson lost to FSU at home last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I think we're second.
maybe. 2022 or 2023 Clemson Tigers.
They definitely lost a home game last year.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think you're confirming. Yeah. Yeah, they lost to Florida State.
I'm going to say a confident second then.
Okay.
Unless some like MAC powerhouse has a bunch of home wins.
Longest home winning streak. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is 2024. So college football's 10 longest active home winning streaks entering 2024. Ole Miss at 7 is 10. Oklahoma at 7 is 10. Texas at 7. Liberty at 8. Oregon at 8. But we know we've got a longer one than them. Florida State at 9. Womp womp. That's not a thing anymore. LSU at 10. Washington at 14. Michigan at 22, but that's dead. And Georgia at 25. Yep, we're second.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think the only team that could likely snap that's USC. And I think we play them in November. So those pretty boys don't like coming out here in November.
No, they do not. Let's just see here. I mean, we only have 2 home games left.
I think we
only have 2 home games left, and they're both the LA schools. Man, we ran out of home games quickly. I feel like.
Dude. Shit. That sucks.
Yeah.
We're
Dang,
halfway
man.
through the season, man.
Halfway through the season, we only have 2 home games left. Only 2 more games at the greatest setting.
All right, let's talk more about Alabama Vandy.
I don't know much more what there is really left to say.
They're calling for Caden Womack's head when I would have been.
I did see that. Or Malachi Moore, I guess,
Oh
said something
my
like
God.
his calls are stressing him out or giving him anxiety or something. I don't know. I didn't even read it.
Speaking of Malachi
that.
Moore, though, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Smashing his head. Honestly, SEC should suspend him for that. For hitting Pavia's head. And DeBoer's not suspending him.
Nope.
People are on him for this. Like, oh, he's had my back when I got here. It's like, that's nice, but I would suspend him for that, at least for a half. He's not even suspended for a half. Like, I know you don't do this anymore, but like, I feel like a lot of coaches would want to grab him by his face mask and take him off the field.
Yeah. No.
Jimmy would have done that.
Oh, 100%. He would have done worse.
Honestly, I don't think grabbing a player by the face mask is even a bad thing. I don't think players think it's that bad of a thing either. What do you think about that as a former player?
I'll say this. Having talked to both the player who Jimmy smacked and his family, they did not care. In fact, I talked to his dad actually at one point, and his dad was like, yeah, that he should have, which granted, it's different generation.
Honestly, they're probably right. They're probably right.
I mean, if the kid's parents don't care, it's like,
personally, I doubt players really care about that. I don't think they really mind that. I think it just gave the school a reason.
Oh yeah,
Not a
100%. It was a
reason, an
joke.
excuse. An excuse. He
Excuse,
gave them
yeah.
a reason with how the performance has been.
Yeah.
That was just an excuse to finally do it.
Pull the trigger, yeah.
Well, like what I said, what really pissed off the school was how the comments he said during the Oregon week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really don't think grabbing a player by the face mask is something that like if a coach grabbed me by the face mask, I wouldn't think it would be some horrible thing. What about you?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. That's crazy too. Going into that Oregon game, we were 4-4. Like obviously not great,
We
but
had him on the ropes.
like we could have easily salvaged that season.
We had him on the ropes.
Yeah,
But
but
hey, shout out Rupe, got us Michael Penix.
it's true. It's true. All
What kind of
right,
guy was
boys.
he? Was he a good guy?
What's that?
What kind of guy was Rupe? Is he a good guy?
Oh, great guy. Great guy. I love pretty much all the players on that team, man.
Yeah.
I,
Anyone that
I, I
you
have
had a
very
bit.
few players that I didn't have good
What's the
interactions
worst
with.
experience you had with the player? You don't have to name names.
And trying to even think. There's not many. There's really, really not many.
Like for the most part, one, college athletes are smart.
Uh-huh.
Two, maybe not when it comes to going to class or getting good grades, but like you got to be smart to play football.
Mm-hmm.
This day and age, maybe not in the early 2000s, but like this day and age, you got to be pretty smart. Two, pretty humble people, at least in my experience.
I honestly did not have many bad interactions with players. I'm literally trying to think of one, and I literally can't.
Yeah.
It's literally everyone was fantastic. Shoot, I remember my very first day as like a freaking like new freshman intern. I mean, Jacob Eason was like walked up and introduced himself. He was very nice guy.
How was he towering?
He's huge. Puka did the same thing actually. I forgot Puka. Puka is one of the nicest guys that
Yeah.
I was around when he was here.
Man, imagine
Um,
Puka in the DeBoer offense. He would have been a fourth round pick.
no, he was a fifth round pick. It's
He would
so
have
funny to
gone
think about how Puka,
insane
man,
under
poor
DeBoer.
poor Puka, man, got held back by John Don because seeing what he's doing in the McVay offense and thinking like, man, he was a Husky and he did nothing when he was here.
He had a couple huge touchdowns if we wouldn't feed him more. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah. Um. Anyways, we've been on the Alabama Vandy game for like
How should we
30
should
minutes.
would you have I mean Nick Saban would have let that shit fly.
Oh no,
Throwing
absolutely
his
not.
mouthpiece, kicking the ball.
Oh
Would you
no,
suspend
he would have
him?
been suspended. He'd been suspended.
Would
Definitely
you
suspended.
suspend him?
Would I suspend him?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I would have
Definitely
suspended
for
his
the
ass.
shoving the guy's face down into the turf after the tackle.
I would have suspended his ass. I would have grabbed him by the face mask and took him off the field.
Yeah.
And I'm very much a player safety guy, but it's like, damn, you're causing player safety issues having that guy on the field. On
Right.
kneel downs, he's going to get someone hurt on a kneel down. He's going to go Greg Schiano. And even Greg Schiano doesn't do that shit anymore.
Right. Yeah, Greg Schiano's created a better image for himself than DeBoer has at the moment. That's
Jeez.
funny. That's crazy to think
What a
about.
world we live in.
Yeah. Um. Anyways, we gotta get rolling because we've been on this game for like
Did
30
Iowa
minutes
cover?
now.
I don't think so. I think it was 30.
Iowa did
No, they
not
did.
cover.
They
No,
did
they did. No, they didn't. The line
28.
was 20 and a half, and they lost by 28. So they did not cover.
We called that one.
Yep. Yep. Ohio State kind of started slow, but they got it rolling when the time came.
I've come around to you. I do think Ohio State's the natty. I
Yeah.
think they
I
got a
think
hell of
you're
a
wrong.
I think
Ohio
they got a
State.
hell of a defense. I think they finally figured it out. They got a hell of a D line. Tyreek Williams, man, jeez,
Mm-hmm. Tyler
he's
Williams is a
good,
dude, bro.
and he's not getting much first round buzz.
I think by the time we get to April, he will be.
Yeah. Speaking of first round buzz, though, I saw a mock draft that had your boy Mason Graham going to the Bengals.
Yeah, because they're currently picking number 2 in the draft order.
Yeah.
And granted, let me be clear, the draft order after 5 weeks doesn't mean shit. But if you're making a very, very early mock draft, the Bengals will be picking 2. And yes, they absolutely should be drafting Mason Graham if that's the case.
A head has
Him or
already
Travis Hunter,
rolled.
whichever one's still available.
A head has already rolled. Is it time to fire Zach Taylor and shut down Joe Burrow for the season?
No,
I'm
no.
completely
And we'll
opposite.
talk about this actually, we'll talk about this on the
Thursday pod.
Thursday pod, but before I'll just mention it briefly now. The reason why is if you look at their remaining
13
schedule,
reasons.
13 reasons why. Um
13 more games. Oh no, damn,
no,
12.
it
Give
would
us an
be nice
18
if there
game
was.
season.
It was an 18 game season. Yeah, no. Um oh dang it, why is this not gonna if you look at their remaining schedule, it's not exactly a murderer's row.
No,
They could get back in this thing pretty quickly.
I think they will.
Um,
I think they will.
it's literally unprecedented to have the offensive success that I was listening to a lot of podcasts on this over the past couple of days. Literally unprecedented to have the offensive success they've had, and be as bad as they are. Like,
Demote Zach Taylor to OC.
honestly, I mean, it's not his offense isn't the problem. It's the defense. And if they lose to the Giants, you
You got
can't
to
let
fire
Lou
Lou.
come back. You got to flip fire Lou at that point,
Yeah.
assuming it's the defense's fault, which I assume it would be.
Hey, the
They,
Giants got an elite quarterback. I just saw it.
but and again, I'm not predicting this because I'd be an absolute fucking fool to predict this. Um, but there's a universe where they could fucking run the table and go 13-4 with this schedule right here that I'm
But you don't
looking
want
at.
Big AJ to be your head coach next year?
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a universe where they could fucking
Ooh.
run the table. There's also a universe where they could win 2 more games.
Well, I mean, Big AJ
So
is really eyeing the Knicks right now, though. So
that's true. That's true.
got to make him pick a
So
sport like Kyler.
he was also eyeing the Mets though too, if you saw that. But the Mets are doing pretty good without him, so yeah. Um, let's see, Tennessee falling to Arkansas.
Blue Pig, Suey.
Ooh, pig suey. I actually didn't see much of this game, but man, Tennessee, what the fuck happened? Only 14 points. That
Uh,
is not that
Nico
Tennessee
running
offense
out of
I'm
bounds
accustomed
with no
to.
time on the clock.
Yeah, right.
Look at
That was
Jameis.
a Nico pulling Andy Dalton moment.
I
That's
think
something
Jameis
Andy
did it
Dalton would
too.
always do.
Jameis did it in the digital clock uniforms.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Sam
Uh,
Pittman. Maybe you're saving your job. You know, it's kind of
yeah.
weird. Like they went from KJ Jefferson to Taylor Green. And it's like they're the same player.
I think AJ's a little bit better, but yeah.
I mean, KJ's not doing particularly amazing in an offense that is designed
No,
to
no, that's
do
true,
well
and
in.
that's fair. That's fair.
Gus Malzahn win a natty.
What's that?
Did Gus Malzahn win a natty?
I
I
think
think
it
he
was
did.
the did
Chiswick
he?
won the '09 one. I
I
think
don't
Malzahn
think
was
he
the kick
did.
six season. Or not the kick six season, but
No,
the
yeah, I
year before
think
that.
um accomplishments. No, he has never won a national
Who
championship.
won the
Who was
miracle
Auburn's
season?
coach that year? Hold on.
Did Chiswick win two natties?
It might have been yep, it was Chiswick.
Chiswick has two natties.
I mean, technically Malzahn has won a natty because he was the OC for that team.
Gene Chiswick has two natties.
Gene Chiswick has 2 natties. That's
What the
correct.
hell? I could be a better coach than Gene Chiswick.
Actually, no, he's only got one. He's only got one.
Who won the '09 natty?
Oh, 9 natty?
The Cam Newton natty.
Alabama. Oh, 10 was Auburn. Oh, 9 was Bama.
Who won the Cam Newton? Didn't they win two?
Yeah, no, they came. No, they only won one, and that was Chizik was the head coach for the Cam
I
Newton
thought they
year.
won two of them.
Nope, they only won one.
Just the Cam Newton one? Okay. I
Just
was
Cam
wrong
Newton
then.
one. Yeah, the kick 60 year they lost to FSU,
Oh, yep.
and that
And
was
that
Malzahn at
and
that
that was
point.
small son. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
That's probably
Um,
the which team which is a worse team to make the natty? TCU or Auburn?
Auburn. Honestly, it's so funny to look at. That Auburn team outside of Cam Newton was fucking
No,
garbage.
not that Auburn team.
Oh, the
The
kick
one that
six Auburn
lost.
team.
The one that lost. That was a hell of a D line.
I don't know, man. I mean, that TCU team wasn't bad. The problem is they were all draft eligible, so they all left after that year and they fell off
If
the
you
next
think who's
year.
on that team, who was amazing? Who was amazing that has been a great pro?
Steve Avila.
He's not been that great.
He's been good. He's been good.
A great pro.
Like great. Well,
I can't really
hmm.
think of anyone from that Auburn team either, though.
Hmm.
Like I can't think of anyone from that TCU defense though.
Who was on that? I'm trying to even think who was on that TCU. Hold on.
I mean, the triplet was Duggan, DeMarcado, and Johnston. It's like cool. I'll be right back.
Let's see. All right, hold on. Hold on. Going back to April. Going back to April with my draft spreadsheet. Let's see what I got here. April 2020. Oh, P4. That's why I wasn't finding it. I forgot I switched the name from P5 to P4. Here we go. TCU. Okay, players drafted the past 2 years. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Steve Avila is probably the best. Well, Brandon Coleman's been all right. Jared Wiley's had moments in KC, but I don't even know if I think he was on Texas this time at that point. Let's see, Auburn. Meanwhile, Auburn, let's see. Oh, D Ford was on that Auburn team. Trey Mason, you remember Trey Mason?
Trey Mason. It's a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say D Ford's definitely the headliner of that Auburn team. Greg Robinson was the second overall pick, but he was a huge bust. Yeah, D Ford's the headliner here.
You remember when Cam Newton was an Auburn phenom?
Yeah.
That's so
We were
long
just
ago now,
talking about
too.
that. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. Um, there you go. Alrighty, we gotta get rolling. We are dragging today. We are already an hour into the pod, and we have gotten through 3 games. Speaking of Auburn, Georgia Auburn,
Carson Beck's
yeah,
not that guy. He's just not
Carson
that
Beck
guy.
is no Carson Beck is not that good. Who's gonna be the top quarterback drafted? I know Daniel's gonna say Cam Ward.
I hope it's fucking Cam Ward. That dude's a beast.
It
If
could
it's
be.
not
Honestly,
him,
it could be.
honestly, it's probably gonna be Shadur.
Yeah. Well, I saw there was a tweet. I can't remember who put it out, but there was like it polled 20 NFL scouts of who would be the first QB drafted. Shadur had the most votes at number 9. I think Beck had like 7, 6 or
Wow.
7. Ewers had 1. Cam Ward had 1. Who's the
You
other?
rank Carson Beck ahead of Quinn Ewers and Cam
Yeah, they
Ward?
did. I was like, let's see, 20 NFL scouts. Let's see if I can find this tweet because I was like, really?
Like honestly, I'd even take Jalen Milrow over
Jalen
Carson
Milrow
Beck.
was 4. So it's Shadur 9. Out of 20, Shador got 9 votes, Beck got 5, Milrow got 4, Ward got 1, Ewers got 1.
Brother.
Yeah, I don't get with Carson Beck at this point.
Like,
It
would
could
you
be
rather have Carson Beck or Diego Pavia?
Diego Pavia could probably be a little bit more of a ball player, man. I don't know. I might say Diego Pavia. Nah, I'd say Beck. I wouldn't feel great about it though. I wouldn't feel great about it.
Pavia's pretty damn good with that Vandy team.
I feel
He's
like
got
Shadur in the right system would be fantastic. Like if the Rams somehow end up with the first overall pick, he would be a perfect fit. Shadur would be a slam dunk first overall pick at that point.
I could see that.
But if it's like the Panthers, no fucking way.
To be fair, I don't think anyone would do well in the Panthers.
No, that's
I
not
think even Cam Ward would bust there.
Sorry about
Let's
this,
see. Hold
boys. I'm
on.
at to make a quick little pit stop.
Oh, it's all
Did
good.
I
Let's
miss anything
see.
good?
We started talking about who's going to be the first QB drafted next
It's
year.
gonna be Shadur.
Yeah, no, that's why I pulled up this tweet that was the poll that of the NFL scouts. 20 of them, 9 said Shadur, 5 said Beck, 4 said Milrow, 1 said Ward, 1 said Ewers. And now I'm just kind of
Wow,
looking.
only one Ewers.
Yeah. And now I'm kind of just looking at the teams like New England's not going to draft one, Cincinnati's not going to draft one, Cleveland probably will.
They should draft one.
They're gonna put down Deshaun Watson.
So I was laughing so hard on first take today. There are 6 1-4 teams. That's crazy. And then a seventh that's 1-3. But anyway, so
I for Beck though, Jesus, they're like they have John Elway syndrome.
yeah. But anyway, so they're talking about Stephen A. Smith was talking and he was like Deshaun Watson is so bad. I wouldn't blame the city of Cleveland if they arrested him.
Oh
Or
boy.
something like that. It was so funny. I was like, man, he was like, he's playing so bad, he should be arrested. And then like the whole rest of the panel started laughing, but he was like dead serious. He was kind of giving this like, the stare that he gives.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was laughing so hard at it. Let's see. So teams out of the playoffs right now that would probably draft a QB. Cleveland, LA,
LA.
Carolina, Tennessee, the Jets.
I could see Miami doing it.
Maybe the Dolphins.
They just signed Tua though.
But could Tua still play football?
That's true. That's
Is
true.
he
Maybe they
still
can
going
get
to
a
play
retirement
football?
settlement.
He really shouldn't play football anymore, man. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's fair.
Dude's head is mush.
He just needs to
Okay, so
find a
we're at
doctor
six.
that'll
So
stay.
we're at 6 out of the top 9. Not the Cardinals. The Raiders gets us to
Biggest,
7.
absolutely.
They're gonna trade up.
Saints? They got Rattler. Maybe. Iffy there. Um,
Oh, the Colts
not the
might.
Colts, not the Niners. Giants gets us to 8. The Eagles.
Packers. They should.
Not the Packers. They just signed Love.
And
No,
they
they
got
should
Willis.
absolutely. Jordan Love is basically Brett Favre.
They got Willis.
I think we're looking at about half of these top 18 teams could theoretically draft a QB. And then you get into like Pittsburgh here at 21, Seattle at 20, maybe.
Yes, please.
Atlanta at 27. No, I'm just kidding.
I will say this. Just getting back to the previous conversation we had.
Yeah.
When I was taking a little pit stop, I looked up the roster of that Cam Newton Natty winning team. So bad. So
Oh no,
bad.
it was. It was. Oh yeah, you weren't here. We were looking at I don't know if you heard it, but basically we looked at the kick six team. The only guy who ever really contributed in the NFL from that team was D Ford.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah.
Biggest contribution he had was getting Brady another ring.
He was good in KC. But anyways, like I was telling Danny, we're 64 minutes in
Cam
and we've
Newton
gone
might be
through
the
like 5
best
games.
college football quarterback of all time, though. for
I think
winning
just
that
gotta
with that
buzz saw through some of these games.
Yeah,
Let's
some of
go.
these will be fast. Georgia, Bama.
Took care. No,
Oh, we already
Auburn.
saw. Or sorry, John Bama, Auburn. Carson
They're a
Beck
week
ain't
too
it?
late.
UCLA, Penn State. UCLA covered. Penn State is in case. I don't know why we're picking Penn State to cover these 28-point lines at this point. I knew I should have picked UCLA in this one, and you fuckers talked me out of it.
How do we talk you out of it?
It's your own choice, my friend.
That's true. That's true. Um, but yeah, no. Penn State's incapable of blowing teams out. They're good. Don't get me wrong. They're a good team, but they just don't blow teams out the way that like
They
Ohio
play with their
State
food.
do. Yeah. So never making that mistake again. Miami Cal.
It
Miami
is
got
great to
bailed
be a
out
Miami Hurricane.
again. Miami got bailed out again.
No, they didn't. They came back from 35-10 down. I don't even care that I lost a cover. I'm just glad they came back, man. Cam Ward is showing y'all. Miami is showing y'all the resilience. That's a long ass trip to take all the way
Bailed
from
out.
Florida.
Bailed out from that
Major
targeting call.
Well,
bailout.
whatever.
That I can't believe that wasn't targeting.
Bro, keep crying. They're gonna win the natty. Just
They're
admit it.
not gonna win the natty.
They're not winning the natty.
They're going to the natty.
You really think they're gonna be able to beat like Ohio State or like Texas or even
I don't know about
Bama,
that, but I really think
Georgia?
they're going to the
They have to
natty.
beat at least one of those teams.
I really think they're going
Probably
to the natty.
two.
Probably
Probably
no,
two of them.
almost
Dude,
certainly two. Like,
this year's already been so weird, guys. Like, there's so many ranked upsets going on. Like I read somewhere, this is the most ranked upsets we've had to this point since 2007.
If it was
oh
weird,
yeah, I believe it.
if it was weird, Colorado's going to win the natty.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the Buffs, Robert, the
But
Buffs are not a ranked club. Miami
that's
is
true.
a
They're
top
not.
10
Not
club.
yet.
That's right. They're only a one-loss team.
Not
They're only
yet.
a one-loss team. They could be 5-1 here shortly. That's probably good enough to be ranked in a Power Five conference.
And a dog shit Big 12. Dog
Yeah.
shit.
I feel
Teams
like
that we were like
would absolutely see
teams that we were like, oh, they're gonna kill the Big 12. Utah and Arizona, total letdowns.
Yeah.
you would both absolutely seethe if we got a Miami versus Colorado.
I am not even I am
I would laugh. That'd be hilarious. I'd love that.
I am not at all worried about that.
Okay, but
no
Daniel, let me draw out a path for you here. So, because I want to know how Miami gets to the Natty, and I want you to tell me.
You know what?
Say Miami wins the ACC. I'm giving you Miami wins the ACC, and they get a first round bye. Say they are the 3 seed because they're probably going to be higher than whoever wins the Big 12. So they're probably playing. They would be. I'm sorry, that not probably playing. They would be playing the winner of the 6-10 matchup.
Yep.
6-10 matchup, which, for reference, right now, the number 6 team in the country is bloop, bloop, bloop.
Probably on bye.
Probably on bye. Yeah, exactly. Let's go to rankings here. All-state playoff predictor. This is new. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Oregon. Okay, so let's just use this. Oregon versus Notre Dame. So you're saying Miami's going to beat Oregon or Notre Dame?
Absolutely. They're both fraud clubs.
Okay.
That's a fair statement.
All right, fair enough. I can see them winning one of those two. So then they play Oregon or Notre Dame. They win, presumably. Then they have to go to a semifinal game against Texas. Do they beat Texas?
If it's in the natty itself, no. If it's in the
this is in the semifinal. This is in the semis.
Absolutely, they beat Texas.
They beat Texas in the semis. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
We will see a QB battle for the ages, and Cam Ward makes it.
Okay, so then they are presumably then playing.
Well, which quarterbacks though is it? Arch or is it yours?
Yeah,
they are both good. Texas is a good team. That is for
I
sure.
assume at this point it's yours because it sounds like yours is going to be back this week. Okay,
You get hurt again though.
that's possible. So okay, apparently they beat Texas, which would surprise me. But anyways, now they're in the Natty at this point. They are playing Ohio State or Georgia, the winner of the 1-4 matchup. I don't think they beat either of those teams. I think both of those teams would kill them.
I think they could beat Georgia. Georgia's
So you're
not,
admitting that Ohio State's better than them?
dude. You guys overrate Georgia so much lately. Oh my god, Carson Beck
Okay,
is
okay, but
ass. He's a
I'm on the
terrible
record
quarterback.
saying Ohio State's my natty prediction, and you just basically admitted Ohio State's better.
Okay, if they played Ohio State in the final, yeah, OSU probably wins. I'll give you that.
So are you saying Ohio State's probably going to win the natty?
Maybe it could.
All right, Beau.
I rest
Daniel.
my case.
This is who I think uh Miami's going to lose to in the playoffs.
Oh god,
Army.
bro, you wish.
That'd be so fucking funny, man.
So, have you seen this scenario though? Let's say Army and Navy both beat Notre Dame and are undefeated in the American championship game. One of them wins, right? Well, guess what happens the next week? They play each other
Army
again.
Navy, yeah, the champion, yeah.
So let's say
Yep.
we get 13-1 Army and 13-1 Navy. Do both make the playoffs?
No, they'd keep one team out.
Is Notre Dame still considered independent?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
It's bullshit. They should
Yeah.
not make the playoffs.
Well, in the scenario that I saw, Rob, that was like put out there is that exact scenario where after the HCC championship, one of them is
AAC.
or sorry, AAC, you're right. After the AAC championship, one of them, the winner, is 12-0, and the other is 11-1. So they put like, say Army wins the AAC championship. They put Army in the playoff because the playoff poll gets released after conference championships, but then RV Navy's the week after that. So then theoretically, what if Navy wins? So they're both 12-1. But one of them won the conference championship and the other won the actual Army Navy game. I would love that.
Well, like
man.
the conference champion would just sit all their players.
Probably.
Guys, I have a proposal for y'all. So I
Yeah.
know Beau mentioned earlier that Cam Newton's Auburn team that won the Natty was pretty bad, all things considered. But Cam Newton was a phenom. He was really, really good that year. You know who else is really, really good?
No! Do not even start this bullshit.
Seethe, Robert. Seethe.
Cam Ward is not even close.
Seethe.
Not even close.
Feast your eyes on 437 yards against Cal and coming back from 35-10 down.
Yeah, Cam Newton wouldn't be down 35-10
on the road Cal in a late night West Coast game. Seethe, Robert. Seethe.
This is a fun little thing right here.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to play with this later. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's the Cam revolution. I don't know, man. I don't think the ACC refs are gonna be bailing Miami out against Ohio State.
How about the Missouri Tigers, boys?
Frauds.
They're
Frauds.
terrible.
Jesus.
We need to
They're
stop
really
trusting
bad.
them.
We do they have 2 losses now? Or do they still only have the one? They still only have the one, but it was a really bad one.
Vandy almost beat them. Boston College almost beat them.
Barely beat BC, barely beat Vanderbilt.
It's all right, guys. They crushed the
A&M.
Buffalo Bulls.
But don't worry, they got the UMass Minutemen on the how is this an away game? How are they going to UMass?
I think for 8-game conference teams, it's hard to get enough scheduled games.
Yeah.
So they have that kind of bargaining chip of no, we want 2 aways, 1 home. I think you're seeing a lot of that from G5s.
I still don't believe in A&M, man, but yeah, Mizzou's officially frauds.
Elko's a good coach. He'll have him rolling in a couple years.
I think A&M's decent.
I still don't believe in them. I'm just not a Connor Weidman guy.
Should we come back to this next one?
Do you want to come back to it?
Let's come back to it.
We'll come back to it after we finish the other top 25 games.
Exactly.
SC lost to Minnesota.
That was awesome. Row the boat, baby.
Row the boat.
Minnesota's been competitive the last
No, Minnesota's so weird because they've lost to a bad UNC team.
Yeah, but then they almost beat. They almost came back on
They
Michigan
they should have beaten Michigan.
at the Big House, and then they beat USC.
Did you see that PJ Fleck did the Space Jam secret concoction thing, whatever?
The juice or
He's such a
whatever, the
goofball.
confidence juice, and it was like
That makes me
Sprite.
think
There's
of
a bunch
last
of people
year's
posting like, so do you just have them drink lean?
that this reminds me of last year's Bad Thoughts jar from Pitt
The bad
almost.
thoughts jar, man. I freaking love PJ Fleck, man. He should probably be fired, but man, some of the shit he does
He's
is
fun.
funny, dude.
He is funny.
Um, the bad thoughts jar. Wait, was that him?
No, it reminds me of it. It was
Who,
last
what
year's
team was the
Pitt. It was
bad
Pitt
thoughts
last
jar?
year. Pitt
It was
last year.
Pitt. That's right. Oh, I love the bad thoughts jar, man.
And they won. They won
And
the
they
next
did
week.
win.
And then
They
they
did
started
win the
losing
next week.
again, though. They started losing a lot
Hey,
after
Pitt's a
that.
good team this year too, man. Maybe the bad thoughts
Is
jar
this still
paid
Narduzzi?
off. I think so.
Wait,
Is he,
Pitt's undefeated right now, right?
Yeah, they're 5-0.
and they're not ranked?
No, they're ranked now. They're 23. Yep, it's still Narduzzi.
Yeah, good for him. I thought he
Yeah,
should have been fired
we're
last year.
picking Pitt Cal later.
Wow, that's gonna
22. They're
be
22.
that's gonna be a
Wait, is
weird
Indiana
uniform
on
matchup.
bye?
Yeah, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, 'cause I was gonna say they should still be in.
Honestly, I think Indiana is a good team, but they're not amazing. They've had
They
a
have a really good coach.
they do.
They do.
I feel bad for Indy fans or because he's probably gonna leave after this year. And Rourke's a baller, but they've had a horrible schedule.
Right.
Horrible.
Um, Ole Miss bounced back against South Carolina. Still, offense still only putting up. I mean, South Carolina's a solid football team, so I guess putting up
You
27
see,
on them is
what's
not
his
like
name?
shameful.
Their defensive end shooting shooting bullets into
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jacksonville.
What's his name? Oh man.
We'll remember his name soon enough.
I remember the freaking there was a post on Twitter today that was like SEC defense linemen every time they get a sack, and it was the scene from Predator where they're just like firing the
Yeah.
minigun out into the forest randomly. Like
Well, you see that one like small school game or whatever, and it like the DB like disrupts a pass and he goes like straps it up, and then he like shows the gun there, and then he goes bah, 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 and like the quote tweet was like, "Wow, not letting players have fun anymore because he got a penalty for it."
I
He's
saw
like
I don't
pointing
remember
the
what game
gun at the guy.
I don't remember what game it was, but there was like one where it's like the receiver got a touchdown and he had like the triple celebration where he was like mask on, then he kicked the door down, and then he like shot up the whole he like pretend to shoot up the place, and
That's
I'm
not
like,
good.
damn. That's like a series of events that like is kind of a robbery or like a mugging or I don't even know,
that
but
was not good. That's not good.
I don't even think it got flagged. It was from a few weeks ago. It was before they started really hammering him
I mean, they
on the
they did that week one, LSU
yeah.
USC.
Yeah. What these I remember Kid Kyron Lacey in the first one.
Yeah,
He's like the literally just like pointing the rifle at him.
yeah,
Like,
that one
okay.
was yeah.
You say and you know what, not to say it's ever like a good idea to celebrate like you've got a machine gun. If you're gonna do it, pointing out and like just abstract and firing it off is like okay, like not great again, but at least it's like abstract. But Kyron Lacey is just straight up like pointing it at the
Soon enough,
USC DB's
soon
head,
enough,
and
they're
it's
gonna
like
flag the Michael Penix celebration, the arrow.
they already have. They've already
They
started
flagged
it.
that.
They flagged
They
Andre
flagged that.
Yosavash for doing it in KC. Yeah,
You're
because
kidding.
yeah, they did. They did.
Oh
But
my
he appealed the
god.
fine, but he appealed the fine, and he won. So maybe they're not flagging it. They say they're flagging it. They put out the fine the first place, but he won the appeal. So I don't know.
See, Zach Charbonnet got a fine bigger than his paycheck
I did see that.
That's
for
rough.
That's wild.
for
Imagine
a
losing
play
money
that
for
wasn't
playing
even that
football.
bad. It's like use of the helmet and like it was like Mosley's shoulder.
Yeah,
My man lost money playing a football game in the NFL.
that's rough. That's rough.
That is rough.
That one I was like, that much? Really? And you're letting Rashee Rice and Deshaun Watson play?
Yeah. Let's see what's next. Clemson took care of business against FSU. Barely covered. I will say they barely covered, but
Yeah.
they still won pretty comfortably. I
Matt Campbell, you're no longer on the hot seat.
Yeah, yeah, Matt Campbell. He's
They're rolling, man.
he's worked his way back into the good graces in where's Iowa State? Are they
And
in
no,
Des
not
Moines?
Ames. No.
No, they're names. They are names. They are
And it's a
names.
shithole. It's like
Yeah.
probably the worst college town in all of CFB. Worse than
I'm
Pullman.
sure I could think of worse. I'm sure I could think of worse.
Waco's up there.
Berkeley. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just a hater.
Eugene.
Eugene. There it is.
Unironically up there though.
Unironically up there. Palo Alto. I'm not gonna lie, even as a Stanford fan, Palo Alto is kind of boring. It's near San Jose, which is fun,
That makes up for it, in my opinion.
but it's very close to San Jose. Like literally like a 10-minute drive on the freeway from San Jose. But
Army and Navy, not in college towns.
no.
BYU.
Well, when
But I
you
mean,
say West Point and
fun
you
for them.
say Annapolis, you know what those are, especially West
It's
Point.
fun for the Mormons though, being in Provo. But
Provo. Yeah.
nowhere else,
Gosh.
but no one other than them.
Uh,
Purdue, West Lafayette. That's a
oh
bad
yeah,
one.
I bet there's nothing going
That's a
on
bad
there.
one.
Yeah.
I've toured
Um,
when I toured Purdue during my senior year of high school. I went through West Lafayette. There's nothing around
Yeah.
that town, boys.
yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
I feel like I haven't heard good things about Lubbock.
Oh yeah, it's another good one.
I've driven through Lubbock before. It's just like a suburb in the middle of nowhere, man.
Oh, that's lovely. Let's see. Honestly, the Big 12's
A
kind of
lot of
interesting because it's a
representation.
bunch of like middle of nowhere places, but also a bunch of like big metros like
Some of
in
those
mixed in
big,
there.
it's mostly those old Big Eight teams that
Right.
are the bad ones.
Yeah, it
But
is
wait, no,
primarily.
no, no. Baylor and Texas Tech are Southwest Conference, not Big Eight.
Yeah.
Ames is the Big Eight. I
Yep.
don't think Lawrence or is
Other than OSU, are there any big? Yeah, Kansas and Kansas State, I think, were Big Eight, weren't they?
yeah.
Okay, so there's still a couple Big
So
Eight
Iowa
teams
State,
left.
Kansas State, Kansas,
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State,
That
Oklahoma
might be
State,
it.
Mizzou, Colorado.
Because Arizona,
Oh
ASU,
no, Colorado,
Baylor.
Colorado.
Oh yeah, Colorado is in the Big
Boulder.
Eight. Boulder. I hear people say Boulder's fun.
Boulder's
Boulder's
awesome.
great, man.
Let's see, Houston. Yeah, no, Big 12 is just the weirdest conference because it's like a bunch of big metros and then also a bunch of just middle of nowhere shills.
Well, I mean that's because it was Southwest merging with
Right.
Big Eight.
Well, yeah, a lot of the recent additions to
Top of the
the
Southwest.
Big 12, like Arizona, Tucson, large-ish metro, Arizona
UCF,
State.
Orlando,
Yeah,
Cincy,
Arizona State, Tempe,
Houston,
which isn't like big on its own, but it's like a 5-minute drive from Phoenix. So,
Houston.
BYU, oh well, Cincinnati, obviously a big city, Colorado, Boulder, well known, Houston, big city. Or you already said, yeah, UCF with Orlando, Utah, SLC, West
Yeah.
Virginia. I guess West Virginia is
Morgantown. Morgantown's a fun college town.
TCU, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
The current Big 12 is just such an amalgamation of like so many realignments.
Yeah,
But hey, hats off to them. They've survived.
that is true. That is true.
Dude, Boise State scored 62 points.
Yes,
They
they
did.
Dude,
They
did.
went
Ashton
off.
Genty's crazy, man. He's so good.
He
Ashton
didn't even
Genty's
play in the
crazy.
second half.
Got 186 despite not playing in the second
And you
half.
guys called
Imagine you see that as your first half stat line and you bet the over on his rushing yards at like 190 or something where
and you
it
guys
landed.
called me a madman for
I don't think we called you a madman. I think we were
for
on the
picking a
verge.
cover. For picking a cover? No, you guys thought that was way too much.
You know what? I think
Utah State was competitive. I didn't think
Utah
Boise
State was
State would just
competitive with
tell us
other
to go
teams.
fuck ourselves. We scored 62 points. Who the hell's gonna cover that? Like, come on, man. But you did pick well, Rob. Good shit. I will give you credit,
I trust in Janty.
Yeah.
dude. And you should. He's damn good.
He's awesome.
Louisville,
Shout out
SMU
to the Pony
had the big
Express.
lead, blew it, and then came back and won it.
Shout out to the Pony Express.
He did it. Is SMU ranked now? I don't think they are.
I don't know how Indiana gave up 24
No.
to Northwestern.
I think Indiana's still good though. Maybe Northwestern was just at home and they wanted to show up.
Their quarterback's so bad.
Holy fuck,
Yeah.
Purdue got killed. Holy shit.
Purdue's horrible. Purdue's horrible.
Wow.
They might be
That's
firing
it.
their coach after 2 years. He's that bad.
All right, let's circle back to Michigan, Washington before we talk about some of these other games. Rob, I'll let you lead it off. Take it away.
I was there. Great atmosphere, flyover. Decent amount of Michigan fans. Not like takeover, but there was a decent amount, especially in my section. They were fine. They were much better than the natty ones. Way to start off the game. Jonah Coleman knocking over Will Johnson. He did it twice in the first drive. Big throw in the first drive too. No points. Grady Gross just totally lost his mojo, man. It sucks. I feel bad for him. I hope he finds it.
Yeah.
That trick play was awesome. I was like out of the Grub playbook almost with those throwbacks. Defense, awesome job. Even though those quarterbacks suck, hey, still Michigan. They're still gonna have dudes. I mean, Edwards and Mullings is still an awesome running back combo.
Absolutely.
But my biggest shout out.
Real fast, real quick chime in on this. I feel like every time I watch Michigan, Edwards sucks except when they're playing Washington.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When he plays, it's like he sees the gold and purple, and he's like, "Now's my time."
Well, and like
every
some
other
Michigan
game,
fans after that touchdown run, were like PTSD. It was like fuck you guys.
It was a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
It was. I don't.
Yo, what if Edwards grew up as an Oregon fan and that's why he does
He might
that?
have.
He might have.
It would explain a lot.
My big shout out though goes to the O line. They held their own against the best D line in the country. 2 first-round picks, and one of them's not Kenneth Grant. Josiah Stewart and Mason Graham. Both of them first-round picks in my opinion. And Kenneth Grant, who's probably second round, but still an incredible player. I mean, that's an awesome D line, and I think they got 3 sacks, maybe 2. Yeah, I think they got 3. I mean, they held their own. Those guys are always going to get theirs, but man, they did a damn good job. And our Portland State transfer center on the game-sealing touchdown pancaked Mason Graham. Isn't that awesome? A guy who dreamed to be a Husky was so happy to get to come here. Pancake the best defensive lineman in the country. Ain't that sweet, huh? Jed Fish giving a game ball to all the players who came back, who played in the Natty. That's awesome. Did you watch that recap video last night?
I did not know. I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's my favorite Casey video ever. It was really, really good. It was awesome to be there. Atmosphere was great. Husky Stadium was rocking. Ran on the field, grabbed the pylon, but they made me give it back, unfortunately. But it was awesome. Just, I mean, you're starting to see the team gel. I mean, the defense has been great all season, continues to be great. Logan Sagapolu recovering a fumble, and I don't know if they showed it on the TV, but they showed it on the monitors at SC Stadium for like forever of all the team on the sideline being so hyped for him. Like, that was awesome, man. Jonah Coleman, beast. He was lights out. Will Rogers played amazing. He played amazing, man. He's been getting better and better each week. He's never going to be Michael Penix, but he's playing with a lot more confidence, and he's trusting his O-line more. It was just an awesome time. Great. Yeah, sure, it wasn't Natty, but it was still great to beat them and get some redemption. Got to wave goodbye to Michigan fans as they left. Cam Fab, great pick by Cam Fab. So after Michigan went up, this is what the defense did: punt, fumble, interception, end of game. Brady Gross nailed the game-sealing field goal. Man, proud to be a Husky that night. Beautiful day at Husky Stadium. Super loud. Ears were still ringing after. That's how you know it was loud. And I mean, some cool ripple effects came from that game. Bill Burr was there for some reason. I think he was doing
Really?
comedy there. It was talk.
Oh
He was
gosh.
actually standing next to the kids that got yelled at by that Michigan
Oh
coach.
yeah, the Michigan staffer. Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about it on his podcast. I saw that on the Reddit.
Was he a
That
Michigan guy, or did he just
I
happen to
don't
be there?
know. I think
I
he
know
was
he's a
in
big
town for.
Boston guy. I know he's a big Boston
I
sports
think
fan.
he was in town for comedy. I think I've seen ads for it.
Ah, okay.
And he just taught the game. He loved Husky Stadium. And then the other weird ripple effect of what universe are we living in was last night on the Manning cast. Bill Belichick was like, I was at Husky Stadium. It was rocking last. It was lit out there at Husky Stadium. That's what he
Yeah.
said. It's like,
Speaking
you've told me that 6 months ago. I was like, what the hell?
speaking of random comedians, that are going to be in town for things. Hey, this one relates to the Huskies too. Joel McHale's coming to Tucson
Oh,
on
nice.
October 18th, and I
He
got
was in town
tickets.
here
So,
too for some
oh,
comedy
of course
shows.
he lives in Seattle. Of course he's in town. He's in town most of the time.
He did some comedy here.
He's
But
coming to Tucson though, so
one
that's
last thing
cool.
I forgot was MPJ came back. That
He
was
did.
awesome. That was
Hmm.
awesome. He got a huge crowd, boom. And so, during that time where like they have that Alaska Airlines, throw it from 5, 10, 15 yards thing, they
Hmm.
get the student to come do it. He did it. He actually did a pretty good job for most students. But they had, all right, we're gonna give Michael Penix 3 throws and whatever he gets, you'll get too. Nails it, gets him 100K more miles.
Ah,
Boom,
there
boom,
you
boom.
go.
That was really fun because that was after they showed him off. It's like, oh, that was fun, that was cool. Go back and sit
Yeah,
down. No, they had a cool idea to have him do that. So
yeah.
crowd was
Um,
insane for MPJ. And one other person I heard that was in attendance, your boy Jimmy Lake.
Jimmy Lake was in attendance, man. Him and Penix were probably on the same flight.
They probably were.
Hey man, good for Jimmy, man. I'm glad he's getting the respect he deserves. He's also probably scouting, so that makes sense.
Oh, that's probably it. Yeah, but I mean, he's got love for Husky Nation still.
Oh no, yeah, Jimmy's been very classy towards the Huskies ever since he left, unlike a certain other head
And
coach.
he got shit on so much, and I'm sure he understands. Hey, fans are gonna shit on you if it doesn't go right. Yeah, I think most
Right.
people in the professional world understand that, but like people are still quite mean to him. But I think how successful the 2 years after him went alleviates that quite a bit.
Right. People because he didn't leave the cupboards bare like
No, he
DeBoer
did
did.
not. He left them quite plentiful.
Right. Um Shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh well. It was good. Oh wait, I remember. You mentioned something about a boom earlier, and it reminded me. How have the Costco guys not been at a Huskies game yet? Kirkland is a Seattle
Yeah, that's
company.
right.
This is ridiculous. Get them to a game. If they're in New York, they're at Mets games because they're from Florida, so I get why they're the FAU game,
Well,
but
they're
they're
those
at
New
Knicks
Yorkers
games
that
and
moved
Mets
down to
games
Florida.
now.
They're the New Yorkers who moved down to Florida.
They do look like New Yorker. They look like New
No, they don't. That's
Yorkers.
what they are. That's what they are.
That's what I'm saying. They look like New Yorkers. Like if I had to picture a New Yorker, I would picture the Costco guys.
Oh yeah,
You know what's
But
kind of
anyways,
funny? Now that you
yeah.
mentioned the Costco guys, for some reason I think of the Rizzler.
Well, I mean,
he's like the unofficial third member.
yeah,
There you go.
he's in the orbit.
And he's been going to this stuff too. Like there's the pic of them behind the new on the Knicks
Court. They
bench,
were on the
and
court.
they're on the court. Also, the cousin that no one cares about was
Cousin
also there.
Angelo. Ugh.
Cousin Angela was also there, but no one
Who
cared. He
cares?
wasn't.
Coattail rider. Who the fuck cares about cousin Angelo, man?
No one cares. I honestly feel bad for cousin Angelo. He's the Mario Chalmers to the big three.
He definitely missed the boat.
The Mario Chalmers. Dude, he was a good player, man. Come on.
Yeah, don't disrespect Mario Chalmers.
He was good in his role, dude. That was a solid point guard.
And cousin
Okay,
Angelo is
okay,
not good in
okay,
his
but
role.
I mean, you got LeBron, Wade, Bosch, and Mario Chalmers.
Bruh.
What's the name of the sister? Emily or something?
I think so, yeah.
Coattail rider.
And I also love Mother. Just the name Mother of Big Justice.
Oh, I think they're rebranding her to Mama Justice.
Okay, that's better. That's
That
better.
is better. Mother of
Um,
Big Justice is too
it
ridiculous.
just doesn't roll. It's kind of funny because it's just so like matter of fact, but it doesn't roll off the tongue at all. Um, Man, I'm feeling the coffee, man. It's the latest thing I've ever drank in coffee in my life. It was a good choice. Anyways,
Anything to
let's
add on that game, boys?
no, I mean it was good retribution. As someone who's friends with a lot of Michigan fans,
Oh yeah.
it was good. It was a good little shit talking moment. Of course, they would just send back the gif of McCarthy holding the trophy, and I'm like, okay, I can't argue with that.
For now, I mean the response is now that trophy's not going to be in the case very long.
I know you were responding to people saying that.
I did it to one person. Okay,
You did to at least two.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Um, Other games here.
I was calling one person that was like, Connor Stallions feeling good enough to be able to talk about all this stuff on podcast makes me feel that the scandal's not going to be a big deal. It's like, and I said that's QAnon thinking right there.
Yeah.
He's saying
Uh,
that stuff because he's a fame seeking idiot.
right.
It's like my dreams to be the head coach of Michigan football. It's like I'll tell you right now that was never going to happen anyways.
Right. I mean, what he was, yeah,
The
no.
sign stealing guy. Yeah, that's be a position coach, buddy, rather than going to sign stealing.
Um,
Yeah, and he finally got his first win as a head coach. Dude, took you a while, buddy.
There's a Jalen Kitna.
Oh, don't talk about him. Don't talk about him.
What happened?
Ooh. Do you know Beau? You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea now.
He's that Florida quarterback who got in trouble a couple of years ago for some really, really bad stuff. Do you not remember that?
Oh no. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking this up
I'm
too.
Googling this.
Said Florida.
Jalen Kit,
He
no.
should not be playing
Oh,
anybody.
he's on the news. Oh
Yeah. Do you remember
yeah.
that now?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
He should
Yeah.
be in jail right now.
yeah. What? Why is he playing?
How is he playing? This
Why the
is
hell does the son of John Kitna, who was one of the most irrelevant mid quarterbacks of the 2000s in the NFL, why does his son get any kind of privilege, bro? That's ridiculous.
that's not great.
That's bad.
That's not great.
I just had to glance at like the first few words of what popped up, and I was like, nope, nope, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rough going for Stanford in their first home ACC game, unfortunately. It's okay.
It's just not it right now with the
Yeah.
Ashton
When's the
Davis.
last time Stanford was good? Christian McCaffrey years?
They had some good
They had
years
some
in the late
solid years.
2010s.
Yeah.
Shoot, they beat us in 2019. They weren't
They beat
particularly
us in
good that year.
2020.
They did beat us in 2020. I forgot about that.
That
Yeah.
was the
I
beginning
feel
of
like
the
those
end.
late Chris Peterson teams are just weird. Like we'd
Yeah.
They
have our like we'd be
were.
good, but we'd have our bogey teams.
I
And
think Chris
Yeah, it's
Peterson just couldn't hire a good OC after Smith left.
that probably
I
explains
think
it.
I think Chris Peterson's offensive thinking got a little outdated. He was someone who his thinking was weather the storm. He was very much that kind of guy, whereas it really shifted to attack mode.
Yeah.
I mean, that's DeBoer's mantras. Start fast, win the middle eight. That's not stuff that Chris Peterson really believed in as much. Chris Peterson would have
Nebraska.
thrived in the Big Ten, that's for sure.
Yeah. Nebraska beat Rutgers 14-7.
So another funny thing though about like, oh my gosh, you have to do so much travel because you're in the Big Ten now. It's like we've been having to travel always. The Pac-12 is pretty geographically big
It was basically
conference,
everything west of the
Well, compared to the
Rockies.
Big
and
Ten,
and
though, I see
that's
why
and
people are
that's why
saying
it's so hard to. That's why there's so much cannibalism is because the travel is quite hard and the locations were brutal. Because you can go 1 week at Colorado in this high altitude to the desert.
Right. Let's see. Other games here. West Virginia killed Oklahoma State. Holy shit, remember when Oklahoma State was ranked?
What happened, man? Ollie Gordon, what happened?
Yeah. Let's see.
Oregon State needed double overtime to beat Colorado State. Wolf, get used to it, boys.
San
Honestly,
Jose.
I think some of like the new Pac teams, give it 5 years, they'll be playing. I mean, Wazoo and Oregon State will have fallen off pretty hard. Because I mean,
San Jose
geographically
State,
always
very, very.
struggling, and you don't have the draw of the Pac-12 anymore. You know, so I think they
San
might be
Jose.
overtaken by like Fresno, Colorado, even that's not a hot state, but like Fresno, San Diego State, Boise State, they'll be doing better.
San Jose State's almost bowl eligible. We're almost there.
Shout out Ken Niumatalolo. Also, I did watch parts of that Connor Stallions Busting with the Boys podcast. It was pretty boring.
Florida UCF. Florida got probably their last win of the season. Congrats.
I don't see any way that Napier keeps his job.
No.
Even though he's got a tough buyout, maybe they could have given him some more time, but he's clearly not it. I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah, that was their last win. Florida State. Their second to last win of the season. Gosh, look at that.
Are they how
Wait. 5 of their last 7 games are against teams currently in the top 13.
Jesus.
And the only one that isn't is Kentucky, who beat Ole Miss and almost beat Georgia, and then Florida State's. Okay.
That is going to be a toilet bowl.
What a
Is
murderer's
DJU
row.
out for the season?
I don't think so. What a murderer's row. This might be the hardest, like, 6-week stretch.
I mean, we were
any
saying this
team has
all off
ever
season.
played.
We were saying this all off season.
I know, but this 6-week stretch is insane. Holy shit.
How are they in trouble from the hurricane?
They might be. They might be. I know it's primarily going to be hitting Tampa.
Tampa's in big trouble.
And they're a little bit further inland. They're closer to like Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So more on the other coast. And they're away this weekend anyways. But
might be away a bit longer.
Right. Let's see. ASU beat Kansas. Remember when Kansas was ranked and they're like 1-5 now? 1-4, 1-5. Yeah, 1-5.
Seems like an
Sheesh.
though.
They were ranked to start the year.
We
and they're
dodged a
now-
bullet, man. We dodged a bullet. Colton
Yeah.
Ecke must have been a real big factor.
And they brought a lot of guys back this year too. This was going to be the all-in year, and they are just bad.
What's their schedule like? Oh shit.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, no, I'll go back. Don't worry. Houston. I mean, Houston's winnable. K-State, no. Iowa State, no. BYU, no. Colorado, no. Baylor, maybe. They got 2 games left on the
At
schedule.
Baylor? I don't even think so, man.
There's no way he gets fired, though.
No, there's no way. There's no way. But man, that's tough. Yeah, they got 2 winnable games left on the schedule. And even like you said, Daniel, at Baylor's tough.
But it's all right, guys. They're a basketball school.
That's true. They are.
There's
Speaking of being a basketball school, Arizona lost to Texas Tech.
Yikes,
Rough.
man. Brent Brennan
Rough.
sucks.
He does, man. He does.
What? He took the reins of a pretty stacked team that I thought was going to win the Big 12, and they're playing like this?
Which is tough, too, because they just went into Utah and just beat Utah at their own game. Like, what happened over the weekend? What happened overnight? That's a tough loss,
Brent
man.
Brennan
That's a tough
sucks.
loss. Yeah. Dino Babers sucks.
Dino time.
Yeah, they need to seriously reevaluate. And I get picking Brennan because he was a U of A guy.
I thought Brennan was a good coach. I really
He seems like a likable guy. All the players seem to really like him, but he just might not be it. He's recruiting fine. So, I don't think they're gonna totally fall off, but
I mean,
rough.
it's not going to be like the
It's not gonna be like fish Adam though. That's
Oh
for
my
sure.
gosh, someone found Connor Stallions on a so they did the 360 photo. Someone found
Mhm.
Connor Stallions on it.
Oh, really? That's great. All right, boys. We have finally gotten to week 7 picks. Only an hour and 14 minutes. Or no, sorry, an
Woo!
hour and 44 minutes into the pod. We're almost
There's
there.
been such good stuff to talk about this week, though,
Yeah,
man.
it's been a rich week. But anyways, we got picks. So I came in last place and you guys tied for first place. However,
Lone Wolves.
as far as
Oh,
lone wolf
Daniel's
picks
got it.
goes, Daniel beat you on the lone wolf picks. So Daniel won the week. Congrats, to Daniel. He moved ahead of me, so I'm now in last place in my
Really
college picks.
lonely in the
So
middle, guys.
slowly in the
Uh,
middle. Hey, man, I'm
hey,
only
I
two
got
games
a
back.
winning record too.
Yeah, you're the only one with a winning record right now.
I know my
He's doing
college
well.
ball. I know my college ball.
You do,
None
man.
of us have a winning record in the NFL right now.
Oof, yeah. I don't think many people do.
Yeah, that's rough.
Especially they're picking spreads.
It's
Yeah.
funny that we're tied, still tied though, Beau.
We're still tied, yeah. Slim margin. Slim. Well, and to be fair, we had a lot of the same picks this week. I think we both went lone wolf, and we both got one lone wolf pick right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I got
Which
four of the
reminds me, we still have to
picks
pick the
right.
Seahawks game too after
Oh,
after
good
the top
call.
25 games. So, but anyways, going into week 7 here, Liberty beat FIU tonight. That's fun. They keep that home winning streak we were talking about alive.
Someone was like,
Um,
when's Jamie Chadwell gonna leave Liberty? I was like, when Jesus descends.
yeah, they're still 5-0. So, let's see here.
Rank Liberty cowards.
Honestly, yeah, at this point you might as well. Let's see. Nothing on Thursday. Friday, Northwestern Maryland, UNLV, Utah State. There's our first game. We're picking Utah ASU in
Utah feels
Tempe.
like the most overranked team consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are they
I don't
Is
ranked?
know.
rising
16 is
back.
Like
probably fair.
16?
Is rising back.
Yeah, they're 16.
Um,
That's the only important news.
Geez, it's not in the news
Thanks a
if
lot,
it is.
ESPN. You sure doing great.
Yeah. No, we're already back to like 10 days ago. We haven't gotten any news. Just give me Cam Rising news, man. All right, we have to go to Google. We have to go to the good old Google machine here. Cam Rising news. I saw a funny tweet that was like, I can't remember what was it exactly. It was basically like, Damar Hamlin died on the same day that Cam Rising tore his ACL, and he's back playing football sooner than he
Oof.
was. Rough. Yeah. Nope, Cam Rising still's out. Still doesn't look like Cam Rising's playing. So
All right, you're first,
that's
Beau.
encouraging. What's that?
I think you're gonna be first here, Beau.
Daniel gets to pick who goes first because he won the
I
Oh,
week.
do
oh,
get
wait. I was thinking because we both tied, but I get it now. I get it now.
Yeah.
Oh no, for college and then for the NFL, since we're both gonna tie, I'm gonna let you go first. Or I'm gonna let you pick who goes first on that one, when we get to it. But
I don't mind. I don't mind. I thought we were gonna make a group
yeah.
choice, but no, I got it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, Daniel won the lone wolf, so he gets to go. He gets to pick who goes first on this one.
Uh, Bo, you can start. We'll just go left to
All right,
right.
there you go. All right.
The classic.
Utah ASU in Tempe. Weird things happen in Tempe,
Oh,
and
good
this
lord,
Utah
they
team
do.
is kind of fraudulent. This ASU team's a lot more competitive than people give them credit for as well. So, 6 points. I think Utah probably wins this, but I think ASU's gonna cover the spread, boys. Especially if it's still Isaac Wilson. So, give me the Sun Devils.
We want Heward.
Mm.
Remember those days?
Yeah,
Those days
I
feel
do.
like a long time ago.
They do.
Well,
That's
Bo,
gotta be so awkward being on the bench for that.
Yeah, right. All right, Daniel, you're up.
Bo Gleason. I love your reasoning, but I'm gonna pick Utah.
What the heck did that? Oh, there we go. Understandable. Understandable. I'm going a little off the beaten path here.
Oh no, I disagree. I think ASU's going to win outright. I'm calling it, man.
Oh, there we go. All righty. Calling Daniel's Lone Wolf in the first one. First game of the week. We got Lone Wolf already. So, three morning games that we're going to talk about, and then obviously UW more morning games that we're probably going to discuss, but only three morning games to pick. We'll start with the big one here at the top. The now number 7 Alabama. Wait, why do I still have them at number 3? They're number 7 now. That's an L on my part. There you go. Number 7 Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on South Carolina. They're at home and they're favored by 21. Obviously, we all know what happened to Alabama last week. South Carolina lost by 24 at home to Ole Miss. Daniel, you are leading us off.
I think the Gamecocks put up a first half fight, but I think Bama ultimately beats the spread.
Give me
There
the
you go.
Gamecocks. Who doesn't love saying Gamecocks?
Okay, yeah, of course.
You just
Um,
pencil those ones in every week, man.
yeah, that's fair,
I am
honestly.
fueled by hate. It was such a good weekend to be a hater, man.
You got your
It
lock of the week
was.
right, by the way. We remembered it this time
Let's
around. You got the
go.
lock of the week.
It was such a good
Um,
weekend to be a hater.
I already know my lock of the week too, but we'll get to that when we get
Wait,
to that.
Oklahoma's ranked 18? What?
Yeah.
They're still
Uh,
ranked.
they've only got one loss.
I
Ew,
guess they just look
icky.
kind of sloppy.
No, they definitely do. Don't get me wrong. But they're only one loss since the Tennessee, which isn't
Don't they
like a
have a QB
shameful loss.
controversy right now?
They do. They do. Yes. Yes. Oh man, this one's tough for me. 21 is a lot. South Carolina just got blown out at home by Ole Miss. They hang tough with LSU though. This is in Bama though. Do I try? DeBoer's still gonna be on his little skid where he kind of plays with his food. Fuck it. Give me the Gamecocks. Alrighty. Clemson, Wake Forest. Clemson going down to Winston-Salem, dropping 20 points to the Demon Deacons. Clemson coming off a win over Florida State. Wake Forest, meanwhile, I have no idea what the fuck they did last week. They're 2-3 on the year. They beat NC State. I don't know if that was last weekend, but they did beat NC State recently, which good for them, I guess. Rob, you're leading us off here.
I'm gonna go here with Clemson because Wake Forest is really hurting right now. They're looking pretty rough right now.
I agree. I'm also going to be going with Clemson here. They're playing good ball, even on offense, surprisingly now. Cade Klubnik's playing some really good football right now at the moment, playing some really good quarterbacks. So, yeah, give me the Tigers to cover the 20.
Yeah, give me Clemson as well. They're really consistent. And I think they could be a dark horse in the playoffs.
Honestly, maybe they knock off Miami. Keep them out.
Yeah,
No, that's not happening.
Regain their
Mm-mm.
ACC glory.
Seethe, Robert, seethe.
Mizzou, our favorite team that has never let us down ever. The Tigers go to Foxborough to take on the UMass Minutemen. Obviously, again, we know how Mizzou did last weekend, not super hot. Meanwhile, UMass, how are they doing on the year? They are 1-5 with their one win coming against
Ooh,
FCS Central Connecticut. Um,
there
Shit,
needs to be
man.
more cool mascots like the Minutemen. That's an awesome name.
I know we're not believers in Mizzou, but come on, man. This UMass team is god awful. So I have to go with the Tigers. If they don't cover this one, they're never going to cover anything again.
The fact I'm even thinking about this is an indictment on Mizzou this year. But I'm with you, Beau. I got to take Mizzou this game. Like,
Yep.
it's a big spread, but bro, it's UMass. Come on.
MIZZOU.
Come on, man. They have to beat the spread.
The Red River Showdown. Texas, Oklahoma.
This is an
Number
awesome.
one team in the
This is an
country, the
awesome
Texas.
slate of college football, by the way.
It is. It's a fantastic week for college football. The number one team in the land, the Texas Longhorns, take on their most hated rival, the Oklahoma Sooners. Dropping 14 points on their trip up to
Oh
Dallas.
my gosh.
Um, are the
I'm sorry to
Longhorns.
interrupt here.
Yeah,
This might be a perfect slate.
it
SB's in
is
the
one of the
morning.
best slates of college
Red
football
River
I
rivalry
might have ever
in the
seen.
at 12:30. You get Ohio State Oregon at 4:30 and get a Hawaii test.
And
With
yeah,
That's
Hawaii
true.
test.
There is a Hawaii
Most
State
test.
with
importantly,
Boise State playing at Hawaii. This is gonna be
yes.
the most viewed Hawaii test like ever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is a perfect slate,
This
honestly.
is a beautiful slate of college football. Shoot, you can do the multi-view Ohio State or Oregon, Ohio State, and Ole Miss, LSU. That's a great multi-view right
Damn,
there.
can't wait.
Anyways, hey, you see four top 13 teams playing all at once.
Speaking of can't wait though, the Vandy player getting redemption uh that one famous interview.
Yeah, yeah.
They called me a madman.
Called me a man. Never wrong, just early.
Yep.
All right, Daniel, you're up with the Red River Showdown. Texas
Mm.
favored by 14.
So I think the Longhorns win this game, but I think the Sooners cover. It has to be competitive, man.
Um,
I don't think the Sooners lay down and die.
Texas State Fair is definitely bucket list for me. I want to go to that so bad. Um, I just don't see how this isn't a close game. Probably one of the biggest rivalry games in all of football. It's got to be close. So I'm going to take Oklahoma to cover.
Oklahoma's defense is pretty strong. They were able to hang tough with Tennessee. They were able to keep it with them in Tennessee. Ewers is going to be back this week. I don't know if that really makes too much of a difference. If Manning was playing, I would be picking Oklahoma here, for sure. I still probably. Is it Oklahoma's coming off a bye, right? I think they're coming off a bye. Yeah, Oklahoma. They're both coming off a bye, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, both well rested, so that doesn't make much of a difference.
Is Miami on bye? Bummer. Can't see them lose this weekend.
You know what? I'm lone wolfing it with the Longhorns, boys. I
Oh,
think they win in a blowout.
Damn.
I think they can do it. I just don't have a lot of faith in these Sooners, man.
revenge
I'm
from
out on
last
the
year for
Sooners.
sure.
I'm out on the Sooners. Okay. Penn State, Notre or USC. Vegas has finally learned to never give Penn State a line in the double digits. Much more reasonable line of 5.5 here as they travel down to LA to take on the Trojans. Actually, before we talk about that game, there's some early games on Saturday I forgot to talk about. Washington, their first road trip in the Big Ten. Or sorry, no, they went to Rutgers. I forgot. Second
You're
road
fired
trip
that
in the
shot.
Big Ten, going on to take on Iowa. That'll be a fun
We
one
didn't
here.
really forget anything, to be honest.
6-3. Is final score going to be what? 9-6, 10-6. This isn't a pick, but what's your prediction? This one, Iowa -2.5. What's the pick?
I think Huskies cover.
I think Huskies win
I think so
and
too.
cover.
I think so too. I'm hedging my bet.
Daniel, it's not an official pick. It's not on the board, but Iowa -2.5 against UW. Who's winning? Or what's
Huskies,
your
bro.
pick?
Come on. I got blind faith in the Huskies, man.
I feel
Even
it.
if I have
You
my
know what?
criticism,
They've done a lot to give me blind faith. The analytics, they are analytics darlings this
Oh
year.
yeah. I mean,
even if I
what's
have
his name? That one chart guy has them as CFP contenders.
Yeah. Yeah.
even if I have criticisms of Jed Fish, I still think, I trust him to get better and I trust that we have good enough players.
We're definitely been getting a lot better. I think we
Yeah.
beat
As the season's
Wazoo
gone
and
on.
we
Yeah.
beat
Yeah.
Rutgers right now.
Yeah. Shoot, that we should have beat them on the spot if
We should
freaking
have.
penalties, man. Penalties killed us in both those games.
Yeah. But that's what
Uh,
happens when you got 50 new players.
right. Wisconsin,
I
Rutgers,
I I
Georgia Tech.
did I did share my favorite stat with friend of the pod EK. Did
Mhm.
not know that UW replaced more players than Marshall playing crash team did.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. All right, we're back to caught up. Penn State, USC. Rob, you're leading this one off.
I'm gonna go
The
Penn
Nittany
State here.
Lions are dropping 5.5.
I'm gonna go Penn State here. If USC beats them, they will finally remove my softness allocation.
I'm with
Although
you.
only one big road, like only one Big Ten team that has traveled more than 2 time zones has won.
There you go. I'm with you. I'm also going with the Nittany Lions. I have faith that they're going to be able to hang with them. I wonder what the temperature is going to be like down in LA this weekend. Hold on, let me
You
check
see
something
that
real.
James Franklin's trying to get an airport expansion in whatever place it's called, College Park? No, it's
Yeah,
Maryland.
University Park.
University Park, whatever it's called.
Try smart. LA. Oh, it's gonna be a nice. It's gonna. You know what? It's gonna be a nice 86 degrees in LA. Not too crazy.
Oh,
Hey, but that's a 86 by the beach.
there's no shade in the Coliseum though.
That's true. That's true. I still have faith though. I still think Penn State will cover this one. Mr. Daniel.
That USC O line for how huge was being touted, oh, they're so big. They've stunk.
Yeah.
Mm, I like Penn State this year, guys. I think they got a good team. Give me Penn State.
Alrighty.
The
Stanford, Notre
Bejeweled
Dame.
Shigala.
Appropriate that I get to lead this one off. Stanford, Notre Dame. Big, well, used to be big rivalry before Stanford started sucking the past couple of years. Notre Dame, 23.5 point favorites in South Bend, coming as number 11 team in the country. Um, yeah, give me Notre Dame in this one. Hurts to stay, but Stanford team is not it right now. They still got a lot of growing to do, and Ashton Daniels is still bad.
I agree with you, Beau, but I think Stanford covers.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I have learned my lesson, and I'll pick against Beau in every Notre Dame game. So I'm taking Stanford.
That's not a bad bet, honestly. That's not a bad
That's just the
bet.
only gamey bet I've done. But I got it at this point. I got it.
Dude, freaking no, I'm cursed on Notre Dame games, man. You know what's funny? In the NFL, I always get Titans games right. If you've noticed, I think I'm 4-0 picking Titans games right this year. Like I just know that team. Maybe it's the Brian Callahan thing. I don't know. Notre Dame's the opposite for me. I get every Notre Dame pick wrong. So yeah, picking against me with Notre Dame, probably a good bet. Um, I hope Stanford wins straight up though, somehow.
The Bejeweled Shigala. I love
If
that trophy.
Stanford wins by, or
Wait,
sorry,
no,
if Notre
that's
Dame wins by,
USC. God damn it.
yeah,
Do
if
they have a
Notre Dame
trophy?
wins by 22, I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah, they do, I think. Let me look this up, but they do. Dame. Yeah, they've got their own Wikipedia page, so it's probably got around here. The Legends Trophy.
Boring.
I know it's a pretty generic name. It's kind of cool looking though, if you look
Yeah,
at it. Hold on, let me pull it up.
pull it up. I want to see this. It might change my attitude. Okay, I like that a lot. That almost looks like the Holy Grail.
It does, and that's why I said it's actually kind of cool looking. Boring name, but cool looking trophy. Um, all right. Pitt Cal. Pitt hosting their longtime ACC foe, the California Golden Bears. 3-point favorites at home. Pitt coming in at 5-0. Cal at a very respectable 3-2 or 4-2. I know they've got two losses. I want to say 3-2. Very respectable 3-2. Could have easily won both of their losses, but they're on a 2-game losing streak against Florida schools right now. However, Pitt, if you didn't know, is not a Florida school. So, with that being in mind, Daniel, who is your pick for this one?
I really like Pitt this year, guys. I think y'all also overrate Cal only because they're fixtures on Twitter.
That's probably
The
true for me.
algorithm.
Yeah, you guys, yeah, y'all are really hyped up on that. But I
Yeah,
think
I'm still in
Cal
line.
blowing a 35-10 lead against natty contender Miami Hurricanes is an indictment on that club.
I love how you
Fair.
call them clubs.
It makes it more
It's the
official.
European. It's the European soccer. You know,
Oh yeah.
Makes it official.
it does feel very official. I'm not gonna lie. I like it though. I like it. Robot.
OTTTOGO. We got Jaden ought to go. Have you seen that one? They did a Jaden Ott parody of Hot to Go, and they were playing that game day.
Ah,
Uh,
there you go.
ought to go. So I'm gonna go Cal just for the Cal rhythm.
Just for the algorithm, I am with Daniel on this one. I'm going Pitt. I think they're a better football team. They're at home. And Cal has to go 3 time zones over.
Oh, Gio. Already hearing Hot to Go in the stands from bands.
HOTTOGO.
I think,
Hot Go Go.
and to Daniel's point here, Cal got a lot of hype on the Cal algorithm after the 3-0 start. It should be noted they played UC Davis, Auburn, and San Diego State. They have not
Yeah.
won since mid-September.
Ugh.
So, and they did just blow a 35-10 lead. At home against a team from the East Coast playing at 8 p.m. Pacific time. So, where was I at? There you go. Okay, we're back. Purdue, Illinois. Oh boy, I think this was the one I said was my lock of the week, but it's not my pick yet. Purdue, going to
Lock of the week,
Illinois,
Illinois.
going to Champaign, Illinois, 19.5 point favorites at home.
Purdue might be the
Rob,
worst Power 5 team.
I think by that one analytics that we referenced earlier, they are.
They are.
Yes.
Yeah, they. I think it was like Purdue stop breaking the graph or something
Yeah,
like
Purdue
that.
really helped, or it was Purdue's really helping FSU here.
They're
Shoot,
so bad.
UMass is better than Purdue, according to this.
Oh,
I think this is all FBS. Is it all FBS? No, I think it's just Power 5, but then they threw UMass on there, I think, just to really rub it in. Yeah, this is only Power 5, but plus UMass.
and how close is it to
Not,
Purdue?
not. UMass is way ahead of Purdue.
They're gonna fire him.
Yeah.
They should. Yeah. Lock of the week, Illinois.
I agree. Also Illinois for me. Like I was already underlined there.
Very nice.
Daniel.
I think the spread is a crime, boys. It should be more. Illinois should be favored by
Yeah.
30.
Yeah. Shane, go ahead and mark
That's
us
a
all
Big
red
Ten
for this
spread,
one
though, man.
already. I'm just kidding. You never know.
You're gonna jinx us,
But
man.
I
Who's
feel
gonna
pretty
pull
good
it
about
off?
that one. Hey, you're the one who called it your lock of the week.
True, I
That's
am the
on you.
jinxer.
That's on you. Let's see. Let's see.
Louisville.
Louisville, UVA, Cincy, CF. San Jose State gets one game closer to bowl eligibility. Let's go.
Memphis at South Florida will not be played. That's not getting
No,
played.
no, that is not in Tampa at least. Arizona, BYU. Oh, that's our next game. We're
Oh,
picking
something I
Arizona,
forgot to
BYU.
say, but Kirby
Yeah.
Smart was like, I don't know why the fans weren't loud enough. Or he's like blaming the fans. It's like a hurricane just hit Georgia this week, buddy,
Yeah. Yeah.
or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's like
Yeah. Point B. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think it was 2 weeks ago, but either way, yeah. Um. Anyways, Zona, BYU, 4.5 point favorites as they welcome the Wildcats up to Provo. The Wildcats' last trip up to Utah went very well for them, actually. This one's a little different though. This is against the Cougars, not against the Utes. So, Oh, I'm leading this one off. Yeah, look at that. All my
That's nice.
teams I always lead off. This week at least it feels like. This one's tough for me because again, last time Arizona played up in Utah, they did really well. BYU's playing some good football right now though. 4.5. I feel like that's pretty manageable spread by one less than a touchdown. Give me the Cougs to cover here. Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, BYU. They're in a good run of form right now.
So, as we talked about last week, I did see the soda shop videos, and I've decided to convert to Mormonism, so I must pick the Cougars.
How's that going for you?
Haven't done anything yet there. Looking for gold plates in my backyard right now, so I'll get back to
There
you.
you go. If you find them, let me know.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Are there the soda stands in Arizona? I think you said there are, right?
there's like what's it called? Sodalicious,
So
I think it's
delicious.
called.
We might have to make a stop there.
Yeah. Where's that?
Record
There's one not far from here I
record a
think.
West Coast draft pod short for the soda
Yeah.
shop.
Honestly, the West Coast, but you guys are gonna be there on Friday, so not outside of our normal filming schedule. It'd be funny if we did like a West Coast draft pod where
No,
we
we
were all in
should.
the
We
same room.
should. We can do that.
Yeah, we could. We could.
We can do our
So
NFL
delicious.
picks. What are those days?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so delicious. There's a so delicious 20 minutes from here. So
Damn.
there you go. It's just
I
a little
can't wait.
further north. But that's okay. It's not too far north. I actually know exactly where it is.
Oh yeah.
Georgia, Mississippi State. All right, sorry. Is there any other 1 p.m. games?
Yeah, BYU's playing. I did only talk about sodas for my pick, but BYU's playing really good ball right now, man. Out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
right. Mississippi State, Georgia.
I
Georgia.
did see someone arguing that BYU might have the best resume right now.
Let's confirm that. Barely
Okay,
beating
no,
Baylor's
yeah,
not
this
great.
was bullshit. Although SMU's playing really well. I still got Texas.
Ohio State. I think Iowa and Michigan State are both better than pretty much any team Texas has played.
Michigan?
Oh, I forgot that Texas played Michigan. Oh, you're right. Never mind.
They've
Never mind.
stomped
It's
him in the
Texas.
big house.
Yeah, never mind. It's Texas. I forgot about that game. You're right. You're right. You're right. It is Texas. Ohio State's close though. Which is appropriate because those are 1 and 2 in the country right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Honestly, I'd be cool with the Texas natty because I like the Texas fans I met.
Anyway, oh sorry, Georgia, Mississippi State. Georgia at home,
Oh
favored by
God,
34.
34 in an SEC game.
And Daniel gets to lead it off.
This spread is also a crime, and Mississippi State gets the easiest cover of their lives.
Yeah, I'm going Mississippi State here. An SEC game with the spread that big.
Look,
I know that Mississippi State stinks, but
Mississippi State's really, really bad at football this year.
But you know what? They were competitive in their last game.
they were
They
against Ole
were. They did
Miss.
not.
That was my lock of the
And
week.
Georgia has the most overrated quarterback in college
Wait, no,
football
it
right
wasn't Ole
now.
Miss. It wasn't Ole Miss. Was it LSU?
I'm trying to find Mississippi State on the chart here. Oh, they're there. Ooh, wow, they are down there. Mississippi State is basically the same team as Wake Forest, according to the chart.
Ooh.
Auburn. Where's Auburn at? I can't imagine Auburn. Oh, Auburn's like right in the middle.
My computer's doing weird things
Ooh.
right now.
Fuck it. I got to get back in and I got to lone wolf some of these, and I also think UGA is they're a good football. They're still a good football team. They're at home. They're pissed. Mississippi State is gonna get buzzsawed here.
True. Going to Sanford Stadium. Maybe they pull off the upset though. Wouldn't it be crazy if Vandy beats Bama 1 week?
Then Mississippi, the one Bulldog beats another Bulldog.
Oh man, that would be so funny. Give me
Battle,
2007. Give me 2007, please.
battle of the Bulldogs.
Although,
2007, it was the number 2 team that was cursed every week, though. And so
true.
far, Ohio State's been holding on to that pretty comfortably.
Man, if Pat McAfee didn't blow that,
Um, let's see here.
West
Next
Virginia
up,
would have a natty.
yeah, potentially. Um, let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, Louisiana Mums. Okay, yeah, no, don't care about that one. So Tennessee, Florida. Next up here. Oh, never
You don't
mind.
care
This
about
was
ULM who just beat JMU?
I do not. I'm sorry. Um,
You don't care about General Booty?
I'm sorry. I don't. I really don't. But what I do care about is Nico.
EML label.
I don't even know how to pronounce this last name. I'll learn before the draft
In 2 years.
in 2 years. Tennessee coming off a really disappointing road loss to Arkansas, hosting one of their bitter rivals, the Florida Gators. Tennessee 15.5 point favorites at home. Rob is leading us off.
I actually am going to change my lock of the week to this one. I didn't see. I thought I read the spread wrong. This is absurd. Florida's so bad.
Mm-hmm. This was my lock of the week too. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Yeah, I thought it was that one too." And then we got back down to this one. I was like, "Oh wait, no, that was it."
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Daniel's not gonna make the same mistake he made in week 1 picking the Gators. Hey, but to Daniel's credit, he has turned picking the Gators into week 1 into a Miami love fest.
Honestly,
Oh,
and this might age really, really
respect.
poorly. This might age really, really poorly.
Yeah.
But I think we should thank Billy Napier for being this bad that he doesn't hold on for the job longer, or Jed would bolt for it in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I could be proven very wrong, and Jed Fish goes to Florida after this year. But
After one season, oh gosh. And then the Huskies hired Bill Belichick.
bet. Let's do it.
I don't even know what we would do if he leaves. Hire Brent Brennan.
Oh God. Arizona would be sending us flowers at that point. Be saying thank you.
I have no idea what we would do. Hire Jake Dicker.
I was actually about to say Jake Dicker. All right, here we go. Second game of the week. Actually, I'd say no, this is the game of the week. There's some good games this week, but this is the game of the week.
This is the game of the week.
Ohio State, Oregon. Ohio State going into Eugene, number 2 versus number 3, taking on the Ducks.
Oregon got back up to number 3 real quick.
Yeah, Buckeyes.
What?
Mostly because other teams lost. Well, that's because most of these other teams have lost.
Bro, come on.
Well, Oregon's still undefeated. You can't say the same thing about Alabama,
Georgia,
Ole
Miss, Tennessee.
Tennessee. A lot of those teams lost last week, and Oregon won, and comfortably so, might I add. Now after this week, I predict they'll be falling down the standings because I think the Buckeyes win quite comfortably. I don't know if they steamroll them, but I think they win by like 10 to 14 ish. And the spread's 3, so even Buckeyes covered.
Yeah, I like Ohio State here as well.
What happened the last time the Buckeyes played the Ducks?
They lost.
Oh, damn it. I was trying to be cute. I forgot about that 21 game.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
But they did steamroll them in the Natty, the one that mattered.
The running game. I think Ohio State's rolling, man. I think I've really been sold on them lately. I think that's just a really complete team. I don't really see any major flaws.
Yeah. They got it all. I mean, you can question Will Howard. I don't know if he's the best quarterback ever. He's not, to be frank.
not.
He's not the best quarterback in recent Ohio State memory for sure. At the same time, really strong O line, great running back tandem in Judkins and Henderson. Good receiver core, defense is really strong. Not a lot of holes on that team overall. Um, when the worst part of your overall team is probably your quarterback, who is still a probably top 30 FBS quarterback, you're doing fine.
A lot worse quarterbacks have won with similarly stacked teams.
Yes. So there you go. What's next here? Oh yeah, Ole Miss LSU. Another fun one, the 4:30 window. Ole Miss, 3.5 point favorites in Baton Rouge, taking on the Tigers, the Bayou Bengals. Daniel, you're leading this one off.
I think LSU gets the win, guys. I like Ole Miss as a team, but I think Lane Kiffin takes an L in an away game.
Better quarterbacks with the points, getting points in Death Valley. Give it to me.
This one's tough. Just going into. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Really? You think Dustfire is better than Dart? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Going into Death Valley is very, very tough. Ole Miss showed me a lot last weekend, though, going into South Carolina and stomping them. I'm on the fence with this one, boys. Nussmeyer's playing good ball right now, though. I don't know about better quarterback, but give me the points because I can see Ole Miss winning this on like a walk-off field goal, which would only be 3. So give me the Tigers.
Oh, you know what? Wait, no, damn it, that was a different team. Shit, I was thinking Kentucky.
Almost picked the Rebs there. Iowa
11.
State.
Number 11, Iowa State.
Number 11, Iowa State Cyclones taking on. Oh wait, any of these orders good? Yeah.
Vandy.
Hey Vandy. We can no longer call Vandy irrelevant. They're playing Kentucky. That's a big one. But neither ranked, so I don't care. Iowa State, West Virginia. Iowa State going into Morgantown, dropping 3 to the Mountaineers. You're up, Rob.
I'm gonna take Iowa State here.
I agree. They're playing really good ball right now. West Virginia is very, very sus.
I think that's I don't know what to think of West Virginia. This ain't no Will.
Well, let's see. What I like West Virginia. I know they lost in a blowout to Penn State, which not a great look because they're the only team that Penn State's been able to blow out. Lost to Pitt. No shame in that one. Barely beat Kansas. Killed Oklahoma State last week.
Maybe they're coming. Maybe it's coming together. Garrett Green was supposed to be pretty good.
Maybe just taking them in, but I feel okay about Iowa State in this one.
I think with the Daniel 3, I do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Cyclones, man. I love their defense. They got a nice team.
They invented that defense. That is all over the Big 12 now.
Let's see.
Star and the 3-3 stack, 3 high.
Minnesota.
They
UCLA.
made the Big 12 not fun anymore.
Minnesota making the trip out to the West Coast for the first time. Well, not probably the first time ever, but the first time.
They can row the boat on the Pacific Ocean now.
Yep. All right, and then the last 2 games of the week are both ranked games. K-State, Colorado. For the first time this year, we're picking a Colorado game, guys. Are you excited?
I am.
I'm excited.
They're fun. They're fun.
And more importantly, I'm excited to pick them to win. I think they win straight up against the Wildcats here. So give me the points as well. Colorado +4.
That is going to be a tough altitude change for them.
Yeah. Daniel,
give me.
You're good.
I feel like Kansas State's a bit of an enigma this year. They've had some really good games and some really bad games. A lot of inconsistencies. But I'm with you guys, man. I think the Buffs can do it here.
There you go.
Where was the location of the game that Kansas State got exposed in?
It was. What is the game Kansas State? Oh, BYU.
It's pretty high up, huh?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I wonder if that's a factor.
Yeah, they're
Kansas
going back.
pretty low.
Yeah, they got destroyed by BYU too. So, now granted, BYU's a good football team. Hey, but you know what? If Coach Prime wins this one, he'll already have more wins than he had all last year. So there's
Damn.
redemption. There you go. He's
Wait.
already at 4-1.
I thought they only won 3 games last year.
No, Colorado's 4-1.
Last year, I thought they won 3.
They won 4 last year. They remember they started 3-0 and finished 4-8.
Who did they beat?
ASU.
Oh, okay.
Barely. They should have lost that game too.
Oh,
They
that's
should have been-
right. That was early.
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
after the USC game.
Yeah, it was. All right. Last game of the weekend, or last game of the video, I should say, before we go on to pick Seattle
It is
San Fran.
Hawaii
The
test.
Hawaii test. The first, not only the first Colorado game we're picking this weekend, but also the first Hawaii test we're picking when Boise
Let's
State,
go.
led by Ashton Janty,
Man, the Hawaii test can get fucked by realignment.
yeah, goes to Honolulu. Take on
They might have to fold.
Rainbow
Wouldn't that
Warriors.
be such a shame?
That would be a shame. Daniel, you're leading us off.
I'm a believer, boys. I like the Broncos. Think they put on a nice game here and give a nice Hawaii test for those East Coasters.
There you go. I
In
love it.
Janty, we trust, baby. I love it.
Yep.
Yep, I agree. Why is a bad football team? There you go. So how many games are we across the board on this week? Clemson.
Uh-oh.
What?
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Mizzou, Penn State,
There's a-
Illinois, BYU,
All those at the bottom.
Tennessee, OSU, LSU. Oh wow, yeah, we didn't have a disagreement after the Georgia game. So wins and losses are gonna be had between 7:30 Friday and 1:15 Saturday,
Yeah.
or really more like 4:15 Saturday. The week will be decided in that window right there, because after that we're across the board on all these late
wow.
ones. Which is funny too. When we were starting, I was like, "Oh, we're disagreeing on a lot of these games. Actually, we're having a lot of differentiation." But no, this week we're in lockstep on a lot of them. Actually, so not a lot of lone wolf picks. Let's see. Let's just count. So Daniel's got 1 lone wolf, 2 lone wolf. I've got 1 lone wolf, 2 lone wolf. Rob's got a lone wolf here. I've got 3 lone wolf picks. Oh man, this might be my week to catch up. Or it might be my week to absolutely tank. Who knows? But
Who knows?
all right, boys, we got one more game to pick here, and that is San Francisco, Seattle.
I'm gonna be working during this
Rob,
Dude.
Rob, because it is the Seattle Seahawks. Even though we both tied and we both had the same number of lone
I'll
wolf
accept
picks,
it. I'll
correct?
accept it.
I will let you make a call on who has to go first.
I'll go first.
There you go. I love it. I love the energy. All right. Seattle,
I'm gonna
San
take the
Fran. Who you got?
Niners. Seahawks are banged up again, man. Chen on IR. I don't know. A little worried right now. I think that was I knew a letdown game was definitely coming, and it hit. So we'll see how they respond.
San Francisco, I was watching a lot of the Cards game because of course I was. It was on TV here. San Francisco should have won that game. If Jake Moody didn't get hurt, they would have won that game. Obviously, if aka Justin Herbert. Yeah, I don't know. I know I put this in the group chat, and I leave the Seahawks hate to Daniel. I actually like the Seahawks. I try to look at them objectively. It could be a rough stretch coming up here for the boys in blue and neon green, or navy and neon green, whatever you
Well, I
call
mean,
it.
you see Pete Carroll in the Safeway.
What's that?
See Pete Carroll in the Safeway, that video I sent in
Oh no, I didn't see that.
was that on Instagram? It was pretty
If it was on
funny.
Instagram, there's no way I saw it. So, but anyways, in this one, I'm also taking the Niners.
Man, the Seahawks Super Bowl bid really just came and went. The greatest franchise broke your team, Robert. They absolutely broke your team. Now you guys lost to Daniel Jones. You know what's going to happen on Thursday night? You're going to lose once again, 3-3. Beating the spread. There we go. Look at that.
Hey, remember I said, hey, with the Seahawks' upcoming schedule, 3-0 could very quickly turn into 3-7.
We're not going 3-7.
No, it more. I would imagine you win at least one of the games in that stretch. So 4-6 is more likely. But
Honestly, I could see like 5-5.
5-5. Yeah, I mean, you never know, right? You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
I will say those early season game. I mean, yeah, 3-0, but it was against Denver,
Three
New
pretty
England,
bad
and
teams.
Miami. Not great. Not great, Bob.
Yeah.
But that's all right. But that's all
This
right
was so good
because
against
you have
Miami,
wins.
guys. It was so good.
You have 3 wins, and I can't relate. So hopefully, I don't relate to you this weekend when it comes to the New York Football Giants. But we'll
Oh
talk about
God.
that when we talk about that. But
I
anyways,
I had a good day that day, so
there you go. That's good at least. That's good. That's good. Um, but anyways, the longest West Coast Draft podcast we've had in a long time, and I thought we were gonna make it quick because I was tired. But guess what? A little coffee at 11 p.m. does the body good, I guess.
all right. Help you sleep tonight.
Yeah, hey, that's all right. I don't gotta work tomorrow, so we're okay. That is it for
That was
this
a fun one.
edition of the West Coast Draft Podcast. It was a fun one, boys. What a weekend of college football we just had, and what a weekend we have on the horizon. Oh man, truly the most wonderful time of the year. Closing thoughts, Mr. Daniel.
It's great to be Miami Hurricane, guys.
I knew it was gonna be Miami related.
They're
I knew it
going
was gonna be
to the
Miami
Natty,
related.
whether you people like it or not. You people would seriously pick fucking Cal over Miami to go to the Natty, all because of stupid Twitter. Dead ass.
I love that Daniel is becoming like Skip Bayless with the Cowboys or like Nick Wright with the Chiefs, where he just hangs on to a team and he refuses to admit when they have like anything going wrong with them. I love
Dude,
it.
that's exactly the strat.
I love it. I respect it. I respect the hell out of it. Closing thoughts, Mr. Rob.
If one of us loses to Vandy, all of us lose to Vandy. One of us look like, all of us look like. One of us subscribe, all of us subscribe.